All right. There it is. Okay. All right. Jeez. Okay. That was terrible. That was freaking terrible. Yep. That was not supposed to happen. All right. I got it working. I fixed everything. That was a mess. Even got this going. Although I can't hear it on my end for some reason. And I should be able to hear it. Oh, because it's super low. There we go. This is horrible. This is the worst day. That was horrible. And I gotta fix chat. Hold on, let me fix the chat. I messed up. That's what happened. I messed up. Everything broke, and I gotta. I'm not even done yet. I gotta fix chat. But hey, I got the YouTube working. I did all that work to get the YouTube working. We got the YouTube working now. That was embarrassing. Wow. Okay. Let me get the chat working again. Hold on. That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. We will not talk about this at all. Nothing happened. We're good. We're fine. Just let me fix chat real quick, and it will be fine. Okay, move over here. Paste, apply. Cool. Yes. All right. Chat works again now. We're good to go. Let me make sure. Let me bring this over here. There we go. Okay. We are back. Uh-oh. Okay. We're good. All right, we're good. Woo! Yeah! We got YouTube working now in the corner. We got chat working. Yes. We're even looking at your suggestion video. Yes. Oh, man. All right, we're good. That was terrible. Oh, man. Yep. Just treat that as nothing happened. You saw nothing. Speaking of that, let me actually go. Even though this is not going to be good, but hey. Let's me go ahead and fix it. Go to one thing real quick. We are going to... Okay. Alright, okay, we're back. We're good. Okay, everything's fixed. We're fine. Yep, nothing happened. Agreed. I'm glad we're on the same page. Man. So anyways, YouTube works. We got it working. Actually, this is actually a pretty sick build, by the way. Oh, man. All right. What are we looking for? There we go. All right. Whew. Whew. Yep. Look at this. Professional YouTuber. Professional streamer. Nothing ever breaks. I am great. And everybody sees that. Nope. Nothing cut out. We just been building this whole entire time, enjoying ourselves. Exactly. Yeah, that sucked. But at least we got YouTube, so now we're good. And actually, this was kind of better. A7. Actually, this one is actually technically better because now I have a lot more controls. The only issue is with this one is that I have a very scary chance of likely doxing myself if something pops up on my phone that shouldn't pop up. That's the only issue. But outside of that, we're good. Woo. The stickers? Yes, there are. Where are the stickers at? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hold on. All right. Here we go. Got the stickers. All right. Don't drop. All right. There we go. Oh.
Ready to invest like a pro? Okay. With Robinhood Legend, you can quickly build custom layouts and get real-time data updating.
We don't need a keyboard anymore.
Intervals.
We got
Trade
this.
on your terms with after-hours trading.
Okay. Let's see. What else can we look at? Let's look at somebody else's blog. Oh, shoot, that is tight.
This video to showcase my designs.
Yo, this dude made Optimus Prime. That is freaking tight.
People like them. So yeah, we'll run through. And yeah. So first off, we have Optimus Prime here. It's my first thing I made after I got a good idea of how everything works. Went for gold. And then
well,
yeah, just sort of kept the trend going there. This is one of my favorite All-Stars, the White Glint. And then I made a 40k Corn Berserker.
That's pretty tight. I like that.
If you have Gundam Breakers 4, send me a friend's request. My gamer tag is the same as my YouTube account, so love to play. This is my Optimus Prime girl, because everyone makes anime girls in this game at some point, I think. This is my Leo Convoy. Or Lio Convoy.
Good question.
What's that?
Oh, that's tight, by the way. Sorry, I just saw the video.
This is one of my
Turn this down.
sort of earliest ones.
Here. And look at that play in the background. Let me see. Well, I want to choose Epion because Epion has an issue with range. It doesn't really have any great range weapons, unlike the Sazabi. And I guess we're talking with the pilots, because that matters too. It's the pilots that you have. So, for Frontos. The Reborn Gundams. Think about this one. Yeah, I'm not going to go with the Epion. I'm only going to go with the Sinanju. And that's only because... Well, no. I'll stick with the Sazabi only because of Char. And I know he's like one of the greatest pilots of all time. So, I'm going to stick with Char. I'm going to go with Char, even though I think the Sinanju would probably be better. But I had to say charge with the Sazabi. Because of how great it is. Yeah. Reborn Gundam's cool, but I think I'm gonna go with Char. I'm rocking with Char. That's my choice. A5. What is this? Oh, okay, I see. I need D226. Yeah, exactly. Good old trusted. Hmm. Yeah. Even though I think Sinanju would be, I think technically is a better mobile suit. Now, if it was Char and the Sinanju, I think I would pick the Sinanju. Like I said, pilots do matter. Oh, jeez. Okay, I know what I need right now. Oh, that's tight. The Amimon. I freaking that's actually pretty tight. Ah, jeez. Okay, I'll pick. Okay, you know what? I'll pick all that up later. I'm not gonna worry about that right now, at all. Let me turn it up.
I started working on.
Oh, he may sell.
Haven't finished him yet. Still got a lot of work to do. Started making G1 Megatron. You see his nose and.
Oh, that's tight. Megatron. There, that's tight.
Yeah, I used 2 builder parts to get that in there. Then I made the Optimus Prime from a very particular comic series. If you're familiar with it, let me know. I made the Matrix.
What?
For a very special photo.
That is crazy.
I will get to that.
Right? Well, no, not me. It's the person. This is a YouTube video. This is a YouTube channel that was recommended. I did not build these.
I started getting into the Beast Wars stuff, and I was like,
I may try though. I may try in a future video.
I took my Tiger idea and made it to that, and then I was like, oh, I'll make his robot mode.
Man, what the heck?
I started making a Triptychon.
What?
Like, oh, yeah. And then my friend was like, that's a weird looking Mecha Godzilla. I was like, it's from, you know what?
That's crazy. Yeah, like I said, these are not my builds. We're actually looking at a different. We're looking at a different YouTube video, but these builds are actually pretty tight. I ain't gonna lie.
From Neon Justice Evangelion.
Oh man.
But yeah, my friend's Mecha Godzilla idea eventually.
Killing my confidence though. We're looking at this. Holy crap! These builds are crazy.
Godzilla. Then that's a white glint. Oh, that's a pair of sunglasses I made for another photo.
He said a pair of sunglasses.
Tank girl. I thought it was a cool original idea, and then I took it out to show a few friends, and a few other random people just pulled out very similar tank girls. Were like, oh, okay, cool. That people had the same idea as me, but I was originally thinking of Metal Slug.
That makes sense.
Oh, this is my sort of Titan custom Gundam. I don't know what I was sort of thinking, but I was like, yeah, I'll do one that's probably as big as I can, that looks as cool as I can.
85.
And then I made a Load Astray, because I have a model kit of this, and yeah.
Oh, the Load Astray, yep.
People that are into Gundam, and they're like, yeah, I don't know what that is, and I was.
We
like,
built this on this channel.
It's a Gundam. It's from the manga. But yeah, thought it was a cool project. Anyway, thanks for watching my video, and I'll catch you on the next one.
You were just named the best crypto exchange by Forbes. High liquidity.
Enough of that.
Trades happen in seconds, not hours. On Kraken.
That was pretty cool. I like that. I wish I could build that. What else do we have to watch? Oh, let's check this one out. Where did it all go? Okay, that one. Oh, I love how he snaps. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. There we go. Nine in a row, man. 8 and 10 in a row. Okay. Ah, why did they make it stickers? Dang it. Wait a minute, this is Gundam Breaker. I think this. No, this is 4. Okay, I was like, so this is a Gundam Breaker 3, no, it's 4. Is it? No, it's 4. It's 4. It's 4. Oh, you have? See, I haven't yet. I wasn't even thinking that far. I was just trying to make cool builds. The fact that you made Omnimon, Alphamon, and Gallantmon. I thought I said Galvatron. I'm going, what? I have not done that yet. That is freaking tight. Like I said, I may try one of those. And like, yeah, I may have to try that in a future build. See what I can do. That's the goal for the future. That's a goal for the future. For sure. I hate these. Why does it have to be stickers? Why does this part have to be stickers? Why couldn't it be like an actual like part that you could put on? I hate those stickers. Okay, well, I got it done. Okay. And now let's say PC 4, yep. And D2, which I already see it. Oh, I'm interested in how that War Greymon and that Metal Garugamon X is gonna look. That's freaking tight. Alright. So, yep. So, torso done. I got autofocus for me for reals. Yeah, it's not gonna autofocus me. Come on, auto. Okay, forget it. I'll have to fix that later. I'll focus on my work. But anyways, torso's done. Alright, next one on my list. Oh, I'll do the head. That's fine. Yeah.
If Quinn bit down, everyone would want his pale head on a pike.
I could suck you dry in a heartbeat, he thought. But drinking your blood would expose the secret of my true power.
Yeah, I'll definitely try one of those days. Absolutely. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with that Tekken patch. What is that about Megamon? don't do that. I wonder if something's going on with Digimon right now. I really did Digimon since what's it called, last stream. Ah, I wish I could watch movies on this stream. Ah, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Yeah, just hit that follow. Definitely appreciate it. Sadly, I'm not on Discord like that. I haven't took the time to really figure it out, but yeah, make sure to subscribe. Be part of this great community that we're building over here. And pray that I don't break things like I've already done. What else can we watch? Mm-mm. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. I'm hoping. I'm very excited about that new Digimon game coming out. That's what I wanted. I'm very curious on that one. I just wish there was. I mean, I know it just came out. I wish there was more information on it though. That's the only thing that sucks. Oh yeah, let's watch this.
Setting itself up for an incredible comeback era. I'm an old school fan who came back in 2015 around Try, started this channel in 2020 to gush about the Digimon Adventure reboot and the sequel movie Last Evolution Kizuna. In these 10 years since 2015, I have never seen Digimon firing on all cylinders the way it did with DigimonCon 2025. This video will go through the new projects Digimon has cooking up, the biggest announcements from DigimonCon 2025, like the 2 new video games we have coming, the ridiculous collaborations, the nostalgic collectibles, and the new anime we're getting this fall. I'll explain why each of these is such a massive deal to make it clear that yes, Digimon's comeback era starts now. Digimon Games. In 2025, we are getting Digimon Story Time Stranger, a gorgeous looking JRPG.
Yeah, I need to get PS5.
450 Digimon
I definitely want to pick that game
raise from across the series 25
Again,
years.
I would actually
brand new story game since Cyber.
I would actually cover the news on Gundam on the new Digimon game, but only reason why I'm not, no sponsors. The only reason why I'm not, and the only reason why I can't, is because I don't have a PS5 and I'm not going to pre-order it. But yeah, if I had my choice, I would absolutely, definitely cover this one if I was actually going to get in. If I actually pre-ordered it.
Ago.
I agree, as long as it's not. Ooh, if it's on at $80, I'm pretty pissed off about that. By the way,
Shinjuku and Akihabara.
As long as the game ain't gonna be like $70 or $80, I'll definitely pick it up. But if it's gonna be that high, I'm gonna wait for it to come down, because yeah, that price is ridiculous. I'm sorry. When you're about to pay over $100 for a game, nah, you kind of lost me at that point. Like I said, I'm no longer pre-ordering any games until prices come down.
Feel lived in. DigimonCon gave this game a great showcase, but honestly, I think Time Stranger's biggest moment was its reveal during the PlayStation State of Play back in February. This is a huge deal. The fact that in 2025, Sony showed Digimon on its biggest stage, broadcasting the reveal to millions of gamers, including lapsed Digimon fans and newcomers who may have never heard of the series. It can't be overstated how powerful that reveal was for brand awareness and how much potential Time Stranger has to win back fans and create new ones. But Time Stranger wasn't the only video game shown at DigimonCon. We also had a long-requested wish come true with a...
You know, I guess I'm not going to get too political, but I don't know if that's true, because I feel like they already were planning on doing this even before that. But again, I could be wrong. So, because remember, before even that happened, they were talking about GTA 6 going to be $100. And that's been being talked about. And there was a lot of these game companies that came out talking about, gamers need to get used to paying more for the games. So I'm only bringing this up because I don't want these freaking executives to get passed by the crap that they do. But that's what I'm saying. Like I want to make sure that the proper blame, especially when it comes to gaming, goes to the right places. I ain't saying the terrorists ain't got nothing to do with it. Like I said, I ain't gonna be too political, but I will say that some of these executives deserve a lot more blame because they've been trying to do snaky stuff for a very long time. So I definitely don't want them to get a pass at all.
All about the Digimon card game, and with the series' history of V-Pets and Digivice toys, portable electronic devices, Digimon makes perfect sense on mobile. Fans of the popular card game have been begging for a mobile client, a way to play the game digitally that doubles as an onboarding tool for new fans who aren't ready to commit financially to physical card collecting. I personally have struggled to commit to the card game, but I did, however, quickly download Pokemon TCG Pocket when that launched in fall of 2024. I was excited about an opportunity to finally learn a version of that card game. The Pokemon TCG app is a mega success, and Digimon releasing their own card app is a perfect power play for their comeback era. We also seem to be getting story and original.
Here's one thing I'll
characters.
say. The reason why I'm against it across the board, I don't care who does it, I don't care if it's PlayStation, is that once one company does it, all the companies feel like they can do it. And that's the problem. And the issue is, and this is the thing that's probably going to happen, is that let's say tariffs go away. Do you really think any of these companies are going to bring down the prices? Because one thing I'll tell you is that once the prices are up, they're going to try to keep them up. So, yeah, like I said, I just want to make sure that the people that deserve the blame, make sure everybody who deserves the blame gets the blame. I don't want none of these executives to be like, oh, well, it's Trump. No, you guys chose to do this at the beginning. You guys don't get to run away from the crap that you caused. Like, now you have a little excuse and cover for the bull crap that you guys were trying to plan for a long time. And you want to act like, oh, well, no, good little cover story. But for anybody who's been paying attention, we all know, nah, that's you. I'm trying not to cuss right now. I'm trying my best not to cuss. But that's you guys choosing to do bullcrap that you shouldn't be doing to make things a lot more difficult. Because mark my words, if these tariffs go away, bet money these prices of these games are not going down. So my hope and my dream and what I would love to happen. So I'm going on a rant right now. But my hope, my dream, and what I hope to happen is that us as gamers, which I doubt it, well, like, if they make these games too expensive, I wouldn't say don't buy them, but not to support them. Because, yeah, I'm sorry. No. This is getting way out of control. It was bad enough when it was $59. Now, went to $69. Now we're about $100 a game. Nah, heck no. There needs to be, now we're getting into a place where it's, to me, it's getting too far. It's getting too far and too much. So, sorry. I'm very passionate about this. And I know the game that these people like to do. And again, this is not about anything. It's just about making sure the people who caused this mess get the credit that they deserve. Because I don't want none of these fools, to be able to use excuses for the crap that they've been trying to do. Yes, that one was on PlayStation. But again, if it happens to if one company does it, all these motherfuckers are gonna do it. Okay, let me stop. Get a little too passionate. Thank you, Blossom Knight. Thank you. Getting irritated. Ooh, nope. Okay, I can't answer that one. I do not know. I do not know. I can't answer that. I don't remember it. I don't know. I'll just be honest. I don't know. I'm not even gonna say I don't remember. I don't know. But you know what we can do? Great thing about this channel, we have access to things like Google. And I have no problem with looking things up, and we will be looking it up right now. Get over here. Okay. Are we just not? We're just not gonna work, right? Consider the. Let's look it up. Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. This is a dumb. Okay, this can't be right. Okay, she's explicitly not called the goddess of the digital world in the Digimon franchise. She is considered a figure of immense, yes, which I remember that, immense power and importance due to her possession of the crest of light, which grants her abilities to purify darkness and serve as a conduit for spiritual energy. Yep. Within the digital world, the crest of light enables her, among other things, to facilitate a digital evolution with her partner God and aids Agumon's warped digital evolution. Additionally, the digital world itself believes to be created a human. The digital world itself is believed to be created by a human who some considers the god of the digital world, further emphasizing the significance of humans and the connection to. I don't like that answer. Can we find a better one? Let's go to the wiki. Let's go to the wiki. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see if we have any information. Yeah, I don't like that answer. Because yeah, like that's the one that I remember. Cause I don't remember her being. I don't remember her being considered the. At least when I watched it, I watched the original one. That's why I can't answer that because I don't know if they changed it in like the new series because I didn't finish the last one that came out. But that's what I thought. I didn't remember her. I didn't remember her being considered a goddess, but I remember her being powerful because yeah, she basically held the crest of light and she can purify a lot of the basically the virus Digimon, and she was very important and she was supposedly very important, which she technically was, in beating a lot of the what are they called? Oh wow, I forgot what they're called. What are they called? It wasn't that the big four. What are they called? I forgot what they were called. But yeah, I remember she was. I forgot. It's been so long. But I know that she was important in beating. I don't remember. So long ago. So, you know what? Forget it. I'm gonna skip. Let's just go to. There we go. Let's go to a part that should tell me exactly. Okay. Man, forget this. You know what? Shoot. We got YouTube on here for a reason. And you know what I'm going to do? We're going to look it up on YouTube. Later, video on it. Kari, I don't know. Let's see if something comes out. Oh, 4 years ago. Do we have anything? All right, let's check this one out. Let's see if this gives us anything.
Gami Hikari is a character.
Okay, well that was a waste of freaking time. Man, come on. Just no like. Here, let's check. Okay, that was 7 years ago. All right, never mind. Nothing. I didn't like the answer they gave. I'll try to find another one, but hopefully that helps you out. Yeah, because the only thing I remember that, yeah, she was very important because of the Crest of Light. And I don't remember her. She wasn't the main one who beat his Myotismon. That wasn't her. That was... No, it was her, but it was War Greymon who did the last shot. Dang. Alright, I might have to look into this. I'm going off by what I remember. Oh, what am I? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's the answer I can give you for now. But I'll definitely look it up. Because now I'm curious. Because, yeah, I don't have anybody I call. Now, if it's One Piece, if you have any questions about One Piece, I have a guy I could call for that. But Digimon, I'm probably, out of my group of friends, I'm probably the biggest ones about Digimon. So, yeah, if you have any questions about One Piece, I could probably call somebody. So, because One Piece is not something I ever watch, but I do know a friend that's really big on One Piece, and he will probably have that answer. When it comes to Digimon, I'm so like, outside of maybe Digimon story, and even that's kind of fuzzy because I've been doing other stuff. So Digimon story is a little shaky for me. But I would say outside of Digimon story, there's not too much about Digimon I can remember off the top of my head besides a couple of key things, a couple of important things that happened over the years. So, yeah. Yeah, I want to know. I try, though. I try. And like I said, I didn't like that description. There we go. So now the outpost. All right, well, we got the head done. I can't believe there's no, like, biography on. Did you know? Okay, did you know I might have some information?
On Adventure 02, as one does. Despite some story shortcomings, it's been a personal favorite of mine for as long as I can remember. The sense of legacy. Recently, I was thinking about Digimon Adventure 02, as one does. Despite some story shortcomings, it's been a personal favorite of mine for as long as I can remember.
Yeah, this dude's actually pretty good with Digimon content. Man, yeah, I don't know nothing about that. Like I said, I did hear something about that, but again, I'm not the biggest One Piece fan, and that's only due to the fact that I'll say it. I discovered the worst possible way to discover One Piece, and if you ever this is what my first time watching One Piece was through the Four Kids, and I don't know if any of y'all were around when that was going on, but that was my first introduction to One Piece, and when that came out, that crap was trash. And ever since I watched it, then I could never really get into it. But like I said, if it comes to One Piece, I don't know if it'll pick up, but I definitely have a friend. Like, he is huge on One Piece, and he definitely has his opinion on it. So yeah, I can't speak on it. Have no idea. Okay. What's this one go on? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Hold on. What did I do wrong? No, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I did the right thing. All right, there we go. All right, there you go. This may help out. This is what I was looking for.
Adventure Try Future did leave us with like 15 more questions than we had before Try started, and answered maybe 3 questions we had before it. Nice to know.
Oh, really? Yeah. You see, I never watched Digimon in that's not true. I watched the later series of Digimon in Japanese, but I never watched the original one in Japanese. Yeah, I didn't know that. Because I've only watched what's I think the first 4 seasons? That's the only one I've ever watched. And I watched them all in English. But yes, that's something that my friend told me. If you're gonna watch, And that's why he said it got ruined for me. That if you're gonna watch One Piece, you need to watch it in Japanese. Don't watch it in English. So I mean, unless you're into that, like I said, I'm more of a sub guy than a dub guy. Me personally. So, but yeah, that's what my friend has told me. He said you gotta watch. He said because I watched it, it kind of ruined it for me. But he said yeah, I gotta watch One Piece in English. I mean, my fault, Japanese. Whoa, said it wrong in Japanese. But the one that he told me, he said, yeah, the 4 Kids one was terrible. But yeah, no, I'm definitely more of a sub guy than a dub guy. So that's one thing I'll say. I rather watch sub anime than I would ever watch dub anime. But I did not know they actually bleed, so I need to check that out. Because the only Digimon series which I didn't complete that I watched in Japanese, and I didn't finish it, but I got pretty far, was Ghost Game. Which actually, Ghost Game was actually, I mean, yeah, I didn't finish it because I got busy. But Ghost Game was actually a pretty good show. Like, it definitely was for kids, but they really did a good job with that one. I actually enjoyed Ghost Game. Even though I didn't finish it, I did enjoy it. It pretty much was like horror for kids. That's probably the best way. It's like, it definitely has the horror themes in there, but it just took it all the gore of horror movies and all the like scary spots, all the scary parts, and just made it basically like an like more like a suspense show for kids. If X-Men teamed up with Gundam, which one of these villains would most likely be made into a Gundam? Juggernaut. Well, technically Magneto, because he would just freaking meld a Gundam together. I mean, just to be honest, it would just be Magneto. But I would say Juggernaut. If you talk about villains, I would say Juggernaut. Oh. Ah! Oh! Okay, I didn't realize there was more coming. Between all those, most likely, Magneto would be most likely. Because Onslaught's already in, Onslaught's pretty much already big enough to be a freaking mech, so there's no point. Not Omega Red. Yeah, it would have to be Magneto only because Magneto would just basically use his powers to make his own. So, I mean, the only reason why I say Juggernaut, because Juggernaut's already in a suit, but yeah, no, I would have to give it to Magneto. Silver Samurai also makes sense if we're only talking about G Gundam. I would say Silver Samurai. Sabretooth would make sense for its military background. But he probably would just ride in one. Well, oh my god. Are you kidding me? Why did I just say Sentinel? Yeah, probably. This is right. I don't want to close it out. Yep, looks like that's it. Sentinel will probably, no, okay, my fault. I'm gonna go with Sentinel. I'm gonna go away from Magneto. I'm gonna go ahead and go to Sentinel. Yep, I'm sticking with Sentinel. That's my final answer. Sentinel. 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 Okay. Hold up. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this back on.
This video happened because of my Sovereign, ZDK14, and Jamon over on patreon.com/CarnEX, and everyone else who gives me their money over there to make stupid Digimon and non-Digimon videos. Thanks! Digimon and...
Yep. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, general last question. I'm going with Sentinel. Final answer.
5 years old this year, and I am 5 years older than it. And Toei and Bandai Namco are seemingly celebrating. Digimon Con this year's promotion was mainly about Agumon and Gabumon, so just like every other year then. So join me, Welshman McGee, as I look back at the entire history of Digimon animation to get you all caught up in time for whatever nostalgia cash grabbery they do next. Generally, I'm going to be talking about these in Japanese release order, as tons of them are JP exclusive anyway, but some stuff will cater to the Americans and the Brits, sorry. And also, this is a very abridged history. Don't expect a deep dive on every single season. I'm just catching you up on what you might have missed if you haven't been as active as a fan as my dumbass for the past 25 years. The adventure begins, technically, with a movie on March 6th, 1999. This movie is iconic, and did you know that it was one of 3 Japanese movies that were all edited? This movie showed Taichi and Hikari discovering their first Digisummer that hatches into a Botamon, a machine, and 2 Monster Hunter quests. It all ends with fried chicken, the setup for the Digimon Adventure anime, and still one of the most melancholic end credits in all of Digimon. Then the heat came in! How could I sum up the plot of Digimon Adventure?
7 young kids go to camp for the summer.
Okay, and then what?
I remember that.
Pretty crazy.
Oh my god, I remember
what
that.
happens next?
Where everybody gets to meet his own Digimonster, a digital companion, a digital friend.
Oh
That's
god.
crazy, dude. Digimon Adventure is so loved for a reason. It's got Digimon, it's got guns in Japan, it's got a Pokemon the Pizza Man. The echoes of this anime would go on to shape the entire Digimon franchise for 25 goddamn years. And while I don't love all of it, call me a random Tokyo woman the way this show got its fangs into me. I think some standouts, of course, are the iconic Devimon and Angemon handing him his ass, only to get glass cannoned into scrambled eggs. The entire
That's what it was. It was Devimon. The Devimon.
As a kid,
Yeah.
that's my strongest memories of this show. And also when Tai and Matt got just a kick out of a giant vampire demon? Oh yeah, but Ash Ketchum turned to stone for 10 seconds. Womp womp. I know which spiky-head Japanese boy is the bravest in my heart. Ash, get out of here!
Don't fuck with me! I have the power of God and anime on my side! Wait,
The year 2000, we survived the Y2K bug. No one's computer went crazy, unless, of course, you're in the Digimon world. Digimon Children's Wargame, aka Plagiarism is okay as long as you make a dope anime out of it, aka Summer Wars Zero, aka Belle if she wasn't afraid to swap hands, is probably the most iconic piece of Digimon media.
Let's go. Even though I don't read modern comics, I definitely do have some knowledge on Marvel Heroes if you want to ask about that. But anything modern, I can't really help you with. But I'm down.
We got cool internet, turn of the century, Christ I'm old, stuff with little Agumon emails and Digimon surfing the web, and even a look at other kids across the world becoming aware of Digimon. Hey, who's that kid? Yeah, I'm sure she doesn't matter. Do y'all remember that One Fox Kids Flash game? Oh my god, take me back, I don't want to be 30 anymore. And of course it introduced the world to Omnimon, the echoes of which can be felt in every corner of the Digimon franchise to this day, and absolutely no one has any issues with it. Everyone loves all the Omnimon milk. Oh, for God's sake, another Omnimon card game set, give me a break! The year 2000 also gave us Digimon Adventure 02, aka Digimon Shippuden.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
TK and Kari aren't annoying ass kids anymore, and they're joined by new kids who can be annoying instead. Oh hey, it's that kid from our war game. Yep, Yoli or Miyako is a Digidestined because she witnessed the Diaboromon vs Omnimon epic rap battle of history, which means all of these people are Digidestined? The TLDR of this show is that a kid has become just like the absolute worst person ever and is enslaving Digimon and doing really
Oh yeah, Digimon
was
Emperor.
someone's favorite
Such
character.
a
They must be an
great,
absolute
great,
psychopath. But no, we follow a new
The Digimon was such a great concept. It was so sad that they ended it after a season. But yeah, I love the Digimon Emperor. Probably one of the best villains in Digimon history.
they initially tried to stop the Dark Towers and the Digimon Emperor, and eventually transitioned to stopping a virus made of literal evil from consuming all the children in Tokyo, and the vampire is back! I'm back!
If Gundam and Marvel Heroes had a crossover, which series within the Gundam series would mostly fit each of the Marvel Heroes individually? Okay, I'm just trying to see if you're gonna put up a list. Because I think I have an answer for this one. It just depends on what heroes you're going to list. There we go. Boom. Is this one on the back? Oh, yeah. All right. Fair enough, man. Understandable. Don't even worry about it. I think they're past that. If they didn't play it yet, they didn't play it. But it's all right. I'll be on here for a while. But thanks for coming on, Blossom. I definitely appreciate it. Totally get it. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Captain America, I would probably say the original Gundam. It's Captain America. Why not? So we'll do that. Iron Man. Iron Man, I'm going to put in. I think Double Zeta. I want to put. War Machine is 8th MS team. Hawkeye. Ooh. Each one individual. Hawkeye. Ooh. Hawkeye's a difficult one. Scarlet Witch is what you call it? Gundam 00, the movie. Black Widow, Black Panther, Deadpool. Deadpool will be what you call it? Oh my god, I can't even say it. What is it called? It's basically the one from the G Cell. That's how I say Deadpool from G Cell. It would be the G Cell. Vision. Probably gonna wing because the mobile suits become automated. So I'll put Vision and Gundam Wing. Hawkeye's kind of difficult. Black Panther, I don't really know. Panther's difficult. War Machine, I'd say the 8th MS team. Blade's difficult. Maria Hill, Nick Fury. Where's the movie? Where would Blade fit? Where would Blade fit? Where would Blade fit? You know what? I'll put Blade in the SD line. That's how I'll put Blade, since he's a vampire. Right? That one sounds right. Exactly. I'll probably put Blade with SD only because he's a vampire. I have no idea elsewhere to put him that would fit. That would have that mysticism as I would say the SD show. So I would say SD. Nick Fury. Nick Fury had to be in a series. Black Widow, Nick Fury. Black Panther, Nick Fury. I didn't do Spider-Man, but Spider-Man wouldn't leave for the end. Damn, those are the difficult ones. You know what? I got it. Black Panther and G Gundam. Automatic. I don't even know why I didn't even think about that. Black Panther and G Gundam, of course. I don't even know why I didn't even consider that. Black Panther, G Gundam. Oh, let's see. So I'm down with two: Nick Fury, Maria Hill, and Spider-Man. Maria Hill's a difficult. Maria Hill 0080. Why not? Oh, and Scarlet. No, Black Widow. Maria Hill, I'll put her in 0080. Why not? I need Maria Hill. Yeah, that would be a 0081. Nick Fury, Black Widow, and Spider-Man. I think I may regret this one because I don't think he fits in this one. You know what? No. You know what? I won't put Nick Fury. You know, I'll forget it. I'll put Spider-Man 0083. That's where I'll put him at. Even though I don't even like that one. No, I don't think I. Why don't I just put... You know what? I'll put Spider-Man in Seed. That's what I think I'll put him at. I'll put Spider-Man in Seed. Black Widow, Nick Fury are the hard one. Because I'm trying to think about what series of Gundam was more political. Because that's the thing. Like, Black Widow will need to go into a series that's more like spy. And Nick Fury will have to go into one that would be like has a lot more of a political intrigue to it. And I'm trying to figure out what would it be. I almost want to put Nick Fury in one of the what's called Xeon. What's it called? Igloo or I can't remember. I think I want to put him there. I don't love it, but I think I'm okay with leaving him there. And then the last one, geez, I can't believe it's 1 o'clock. Which would be Black Widow. And Black Widow I almost wanted to put in G Gundam, but she doesn't work there. Black Widow's the final one. No, I can't. I was going to put her in Seed, but I don't think I'll put her in Seed. I don't like her in Seed. Ooh, the Black Widow's a tough one. She's a tough one. Yeah, I don't like her in Seed. Let me name them off. Oh, charge counterattack. That's why I put Black Widow. No. Maybe not. No. Okay, let me go through it. Zeta, which I haven't watched. Double Zeta, which I put on here, man. 8th MS team, 0083, 0080. Victory. Gundam X. Gundam X. Do I want Endless War? You know what? This is a reach. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna like this choice at all. So I may change it. But I think I'm gonna end with Black Widow going to I don't love this. I'm not in love with that choice. Where would I put Black Widow? I'll put her in Witch for Mercury. There we go. Yeah. No, I know what? Because since I watched the first episode, I put her in G-Quicks. I'll put her in G-Quicks. Black Widow goes in G-Quicks. That's what, because it started off with like stealing some stuff. G-Quicks. That's where I'll put her at. I'll put Black Widow in G-Quicks. Based on the first episode. All right, so there you go. That's my list. Wait a minute, did I say Hawkeye? Oh, I forgot about Hawkeye. No, I don't think I did Hawkeye. Oh yeah, Hawkeye. Hawkeye's one. No, I did do Hawkeye. No, I didn't do Hawkeye. Where do I put Hawkeye? Y'all forget. I'll put Hawkeye in charge counterattack. That's where I'll put Hawkeye. Yeah, there we go. All right, that's my list. And that was not easy, by the way. Really great question, but that one was not easy. Hey, if you got another one, definitely put it in the comment. I'll definitely, because I like these questions. I'm having fun with these. Double Zeta. I am at Double Zeta. G, yes. Vision, Wing, yep. Spider-Man C, yes. G, self, yes. I'm going to do class. Charge. Yep, that's it. Thank you. That's the list. Yes. Except Iron Man's in Double Zeta. Not in Zeta. Zeta's a little too dark for Iron Man. Yep, there you go. Yep, that's my list. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Nick Fury. Wait a minute. Yeah, no, where did I put Maria Hill? And where did I put Nick Fury? Maria Hill and Nick Fury. Where did I put them? I put Nick. Oh my god, where did I put them at? Oh, I think I put Nick Fury. Oh yeah, I put Maria Hill in 0080 and Nick Fury in 0083. Did I put Nick Fury in 0083? I know I put Maria Hill in 0080 for sure. She's in 0080. Nick Fury, did I put him in 0083? No, I put Nick Fury in 8th MS team. That's where I put him at. That's what I did. I put Nick Fury in 8th. That's where I put him. There we go. That's it. Whew, that was not easy, by the way. That was a tough one.
Digimon Adventure 02 gave us Armor Digivolution, Prominent DNA Digivolution, and the entire career of Khan EX. This season is often punched down on by fans due to its messier ending, but honestly this season was peak to me as someone who just loves sequels with time skips. Shout out to JoJo's, Apollo Justice, and those Simpsons episodes where Lisa is president and Bart smokes weed. Crazy. Digimon Adventure 02 has Blackwall Greymon and the sexiest spider I have ever seen in my life. Peak fiction. Also in the year 2000, we got the movie Hurricane Touchdown.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Honestly, this is probably one of the lesser loved Digimon movies, but talking specifically about the Japanese version, it's honestly kind of great. The movie really captures summer, especially first seeing Daisuke, Iori, and Miyako on the beach with their Digimon. And this movie gave us Seraphimon and Magnadramon, and Magnamon and Rapidmon, plus almost the whole Lotmon line. Hell, the ramifications of Terriermon and Lotmon in this movie seem to directly affect the entire next season of Digimon. Plus, the movie poster is the most America thing Digimon has ever done, besides Gundramon. And at the same time in 2000, they also gave us Digimon Adventure 3D Digimon Grand Prix.
I mean, it's alright.
Listen, this wasn't supposed to be a big release. According to Wikimon, Digimon Adventure 3D Digimon Grand Prix is a 7-minute CG short produced by Toei Animation that was originally screened at the Time Machine of Dreams. That sounds cool as f***. Theme park attraction at Sanrio Puroland from July 20th, 2000 to June 23rd, 2002, and Harmony Land.
Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed.
So this was a 3D Digimon short that played at Hello Kitty's house. Okay, neat.
Hello Kitty, Digimon partners win!
That's you. That's what you sound like. This whole thing is basically Digimon wacky races, and I guess its two main things are being in 3D CG and being about Digimon racing. Two things that sound like great directions for the franchise to go in. This also didn't get released in theaters outside of Sanrio Puroland until 9 years later alongside the 3D Digimon Savers movie. Wow, what a treat. And then, the year 2000... Fox Kids and Ska Music played polymerization to create the single most early 2000s piece of media ever made, Digimon the Movie, spawning a generation of annoying dub fans and an even more vocal generation of really annoying...
War Machine is 0080. No, 8th MS team. 8th MS team. Yeah. Blade, no, where did I put Blade? Oh, I put Blade in the SD line. Because he's a vampire, so that's the only place where I could see him being placed at. So, War Machine is 8th MS team. Nick Fury is... Did I put Nick Fury in age? No. I don't think I put Nick Fury in age. Forget it. I'll take it. I'm not going to argue that. I'm for that. Maria 0080, not 0083. Blade is in the SD Gundam line. And Scarlet Witch, yes. Double O movie, yes. But yeah, Maria Hill's in 0080. That's where I put her. And you know what? Yeah, forget it. I'll keep Nick Fury in age. I'm fine with that. That kind of makes sense. I think I like that answer better. Wait a second. No, that's... Oh, it's this way, right? Yeah. The issue is... Oh! No. Oh, no. No, it's right. Oh, no, I'm right. I was wrong. Okay. Yeah, no, I was right. Yeah, okay, I was right. Yeah. 8th MS team. War Machine is 8th MS team. That's where I put him. Nick, yeah. So yeah, War Machine is 8th MS. You know where Nick Fury should go? Okay, I got it. I just realized where Nick Fury probably should go, actually. I think Nick Fury should go in Hathaway's Flash. Because there's a lot of political intrigue in there for now. No, I'll keep him in age. It's fine. No. I'll keep him in age. Why not? I'll keep Nick Fury in age. I think that's a good spot. Never mind. I'm not going to switch it up. I'm keeping him in age. Yeah. Yeah, Nick Fury stays in age. I like that. I like that choice. And War Machine 8th MS team. There we go. I'm done. I'm locking it in. All right. There's that. D2 29. What's the D1? The D1 29 D2. Oh, I'll pick it up later. D1. D1 3. D2 29. Alright, let me get this playing again.
Digimon the movie has its faults, of course it does. It's 3 Japanese movies stitched together to make... So yes, of course, we have to acknowledge that elements of the Digimon dub overall are not faithful to the original. If you absolutely want the pure creative vision of Digimon, you should always watch the original. I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the voice of God. Davis's abrupt crying, one of the best soundtracks in movie history, yes, including the Digi-Rap, Poke-Rap, BTFO, and honestly some
okay, so halfway, so
connecting 3 largely...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, because I would think Nick Fury, he needs to be more in a political intrigue kind of movie, and I felt Hathaway is the only one that really, it seemed like it's the best that really fits. So yeah, I'll take that. So I'm glad you agree, because that's why I was like, Hathaway sounds a lot better. It's way more political than it is just straight Gundam battles. Yeah. Yep, MS team. Yep, yeah, I like it. I'm down with that. Where did I put? Only one I want to see is where did I put black? Yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah, I'm sticking with that one. I like that. But yeah. Yep. Yeah. Okay. That's right. And this. And goes right. Here. Oh, what? Notice who would they be rock? Well, some of those are easy. I mean, War Machine would just be simply would be the ground Gundam. I'm just gonna put him in the ground Gundam. Let me see. So let's go through the list. Yeah, War Machine would be just strictly the ground Gundam. Of course, 8th MS team, Black Widow will be Gundam Alex. That's a simple one, because I don't see her being on the on Zeon's side. So yeah, so that one's easy. Okay, let's go down the list. Okay, Captain America OG, yeah. I'll just put Captain America in the Gundam. That's easy. Iron Man. Ooh, Iron Man could be in a lot of... It depends on what side, but Iron Man, if he's in... Iron Man, I would say Double Zeta. I mean, of course, but... if he's on the Xeon side, or no, or is it are they on the what is it? I forgot what they. I don't think it was Xeon. I think was it Axis? I think they were, or the Egg. Whatever. There's a lot. If you go to the other way, I'll put him maybe in the Hama. Black Panther. Whatever the whatever the African Gundam is what he'll rock, of course. It's G Gundam. It's G Gundam. Vision, I said wing. He would be Vision. I would either put him like in a Leo or a Taurus. If it's on the wings on the other side, I would probably put him in Sandrock. But I want to put him in like a Leo or the Taurus. That's where I see him at. Deadpool. So, I mean, there's two that come. Of course, it'd be the G self, and the other one is I forgot what it's called, but it's the one that the main character's sister uses. I would say one of those two would work. Black Widow. Oh, G-Quacks. I'll put in the G-Quacks. Or I only saw the first episode, so I'll put in the G-Quacks or the red Gundam. The red Gundam. Hawkeye, Char. God, I forgot what that was. That most is called. I think there's a transforming one in there that I think I'll put him in. I forgot what that one's called. Nick Fury, we put him in Hathaway. I kind of want to put him into Penelope, but I'll come with the C depending on what side he's on. Blade, whatever. Maria Hill, Alex, of course. Yeah, am I missing anybody? Hawkeye would. Oh man, yeah. Black Widow, Alex, yeah. OG, of course. Iron Man, Double Zero, Hama, yeah. And then African, yeah, basically. Vision, probably Leo, Torch, one of those. Samurai, yeah. G Self, well, yeah, that sister gun. Yeah. So, make sure I got. Oh, Maria Hill. Wait a minute, hold on. Scarlet Witch. Oh, Scarlet Witch. Okay, Scarlet Witch. Wow. Oh, that's a tough one. Ooh. Scarlet Witch is a tough one. I gotta Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch I had to come back to probably at the end of the stream so I could look it up. Cause I need to look. I gotta look her up. So yeah, I don't have anybody for Scarlet Witch for now. But that will change. But that's only because I need to look up that series. Because there's a lot of things she could be put in. Maria Hill, I said 0080, right? Where did I put? Maria Hill, yeah. No, put Maria Hill 0080. So yeah, Maria Hill will be Alex. So Maria Hill will be Alex. Because Black Widow I put in G-Quack. So Black Widow would be I think I'm gonna put her in the red Gundam from G-Quacks. I think I like her in that. Even though we don't know where that's going. I haven't watched the movie, but that seems like it would fit her. It's her putting in the G-Quacks. Oh, God. Why did they call it that? Come on, man. Come on. Why'd you call it that? Such a horror. Oh, God. Yeah, Maria Hill will be the Alex. Nick Fury. I think I will put him into Penelope, even though I mean either one. I think it's fine, but I think I like more in the Penelope with Nick Fury. The hardest one is Black Widow because there's so many to choose from. There's so many to choose from. You know who I'll go with? No. Yeah. No. Yeah. Wait a minute. Is this... Oh, I don't think it matters. Yeah, Sazabi, Hawkeye, Sazabi. Oh yeah, I'll give Hawkeye Sazabi. I'm not. Nah, so I'll live with that one. Yeah, pretty much. I like the Blade one. Pretty much. That's pretty much Blade. Anyone that fits. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I don't know where they had to put that freaking dude. Any place else but that. That's like it works perfectly. All right, there's the arms. Nick Fury played Spider-Man. Oh yeah, freedom. Freedom. Well, no, strike freedom. Strike freedom. That's where I'll put him. I'll put him in. Freedom or strike freedom. Either or. Fine. Yeah. Spider-Man make character syndrome. Freedom or yeah, that's easy. I don't have to guess about that one. Freedom or strike freedom? Yeah, Scarlet Witch is the hard one. Cause I put in a double on movie. You know what? Okay, let me see. Okay, you know what? Let me look this up real quick. There is one I think I'll put her in. No, I know. Okay, I know. I got Scarlet Witch. I got her now. Scarlet Witch. I need to look it up so I know the name of it. I'm going to put her in... Oh my god, I said Scarlet Witch. Okay, I got myself confused. I put Scarlet Witch in Okay, hold on. I got mine mixed up. Okay. Okay, wait. Okay, I got mixed around. Okay, yeah, my fault. Scarlet Witch I put in the movie. Okay, Scarlet Witch would be I need to look. What is the main? Alright. Okay, Scarlet Witch to be determined. Scarlet Witch is to be determined. I'll come back to Scarlet Witch. So, hold me on Scarlet Witch. Black Widow. Okay, I got Black Widow. Yeah, Scarlet Witch. Okay, Scarlet Witch to be determined. So I'll come back to her. Yeah, I need to look her up. So yeah, I mean I need to look at the Gundams in that series. So I'll come back to that one. Yep, 110%. 110%. E2, E1. Where is E2? Yeah. So the only one I got left is Scarlet Witch, and I will have to come back to her. Let me see. Where is this? E2, E1, 4. That's Scarlet Witch. What's it? E2, E1. This is B2. This B1. Oh, there it is. No, that's not it. Uh-oh. Where's E1? Wait a minute, hold on. Wait, hold on. Am I missing one? No, I think I got them all. Okay, hold on. That's B2. Oh, there it is. Man, yeah, that's the one I need to look at. Where would I put Scarlet Witch in? Man, you know what? I think I want to just keep it stupid simple. I think I want to keep it stupid simple. You know what? I take that back. I take back everything that I said. You know where I'm going to put Scarlet Witch now I really think about it, and I think she fits better? I'm taking all that back. This is what I'm going to do. Scarlet Witch goes into Unicorn, and she pilots the Banshee. No. She pilots either the Banshee or... Yeah, because she's on... Yes. Scarlet Witch and Unicorn, she pilots the Banshee. There we go. That's it. That's what I'll do. So, I'm taking away from 00, kicking her out of there, putting her in Unicorn, and she pilots the Banshee. I think that's a better fit. Yeah. So there we go. So that's my final answer. Scarlet Witch, Unicorn, and Banshee. Way better fit. Way better fit for who she is and her character. Absolutely. I mean, you can even put her in Gundam Wing with Wing Zero because, you know, or Epion like with the Zero system. She probably would also be good in a No, I'm keeping her. Yes, Scarlet Witch, Unicorn, Banshee. That's it. Way better fit. Way better fit. Yep, that's it. There we go. We got it. We finally got it. We finally got it. Ooh, it took a minute, but we got there.
On the movie may not be pure, but ooh, as a dirty little bitch, I will love it forever. Unlike that one kid's parents after the Angela Anaconda short. March 2001, Digimon Adventure 02, Revenge of Diaboromon. Somehow, Diaboromon returned. Yeah, we're in the year 2001. Everything is great until Diaboromon starts doxing the Digidestined. This movie honestly doesn't get enough love. It spawned some of the best gifts the Digimon fandom has ever had, and it's even a huge callback to our war game. The kids are going back in the
Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, that one was tough, but yeah. Appreciate it. Like I said, the only one that like is kind of iffy there will probably be Hawkeye, but I'll take it. Hawkeye's the only one that's kind of like iffy. Yeah. And then Blade also because I mean it's not really any place else I could really think to put Blade, unless it come out with like a character in Gun that like actually drinks blood, then it would be, oh my god, I know where I would put Blade. I know exactly where I'll put Blade. I just figured it out. I know exactly. I'll put Blade where I would put Blade because I said SD doesn't matter. No, I just realized something that drinks blood, something that would take you out. I will actually say Blade should go in IBO with the Lupus Rex. That actually makes a lot more sense. Now that I think about it, I just realized that. Yeah, I mean, okay, Blade doesn't really fit it personality-wise, but because of the power set and just kind of staying more on theme, Yeah, I would give him the Lupus Rex. That would be a good one. Just to keep him on theme. All right, I'm done. I'm not switching any other. I'm done. I'm done. Yeah. Because I just think it just makes a lot more sense with his like kind of like his power set. It will fit. It will fit. I just think it's just a better fit. And that was all off the top of my head. You can also add Scarlet Witch to Unicorn 3 too if you want to. But I know it's not a Unicorn Gundam. I think Banshee fits her better, but if you want to put her in NT, you can also give her 3. That also is good for her too. So Banshee or Unit 3 works for Scarlet Witch. Just saying. She's on the wars against vampire use and then so the man I was wondering why. Yep, exactly. That's why I said it fits the best that I can see. So yeah. It just fits to me way better. Well, if you know her lore and the fact that she just went psychotic and wiped herself out, even though I know the Phoenix, it, you know, that person was a little bit stable. But yes, absolutely. Well, I could see her being absorbed. Honestly, I should say she would be pilot. She would just wind up being absorbed by it. Honestly, is what I look at it. I mean, I think the Banshee is a better fit, but I could see her just losing her crap and it just like being absorbed. And like I said, she's a natural hero, so then she will come back, but she's like, I'm too powerful. I must go away. This kind of fits if you know her freaking lore and her like having a freaking breakdown and then basically rewriting the world. Like, yeah. Yeah. That one. I mean, again, I do think Banshee is good, but I just think what happens to her again. Yeah. She would probably be absorbed. But again, she's a hero, so she'd be like, we gotta save people. Yeah. So there we go. Nah, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. All right, I'm done. I'm not making any more changes. That was the last one. Again, if you have any good reasoning disagreements, or any other suggestions, hey, I'm all ears. Or I should say, I'm all eyes. But hey, close enough. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and start up again.
On here, it's all the member berries you wanted, right? And then
Onto the
Diaboromon dies
Oh,
and reboot ships to Armageddon.
Justice League. Okay. All right. I'm down for this one. Already got one already. Already got my first. All right, all right. Already got my first few, but I'm gonna wait for you to put up the list. But I'm ready for it. I have one that's kind of hard, but I think I have my. I think I'm pretty much ready. Just waiting for the list.
Omnimon passes the torch down to Imperial Dramon. Yamato and Taichi pass down the torch to Daisuke and Ken, and produce a form that is several factors less cool than Omnimon in every way. Thanks. Wow, a movie that really ends on the 02 kids fully being passed down the torch, cementing them as the next generation of Digidestined. Can't wait for them to get another season.
Game over. Reset reality. Digimon Season 3.
April 2001, Digimon Tamers exploded onto the scene, helmed by a really cool and normal guy. This would change Digimon forever and generate that one dude bro nerd who always talks about how the show fell off after season 3 and that Frontiers with an S was lame. But this same person is also exclusively a fan of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Anyway, yeah, Digimon Tamers is amazing, and it scratched an itch I was always looking for kids' cartoons: trauma. You know, thinking about it, my love of Death Note, Anohana, Erased, any anime that makes me want to pull a Menma. Maybe it's Digimon Tamers' fault. Digimon Tamers follows Takato, Rika, Henry, the Power Rangers ninja storm of Digimon as they get thrown into a new world where the Digimon they consider to be a multimedia franchise are real creatures committing domestic terrorism. Throughout the show, they discover the real nature of Digimon, find new Digidestined, and also discover that literally every adult ever is a huge no-good piece of There's so much to love about Digimon Tamers, and this video can't even begin to cover it, but it has Beelzemon on a motorbike and the card/mechanic, rest in peace, so I'd really struggle to find a reason to criticize this season. Actually, I just remembered what happens if you Google image search.
All right, let's go. Okay. All right. Batman wing dead sight, easy. I don't think I need to explain that. That's simple. Superman seed freedom. Of course, the original, but no. I mean, you gotta. Okay, Superman can either be in Gundam and then pilot the OG, or you can put him in Seed and Freedom. Either of those two work. All right, and then the Flash F91. I think it's an F91. I think F91 is the fastest Gundam ever made. I'm not sure if that's still true, but I would probably put him in F91. Those were the easy ones. Now we get a little bit more difficult. Oh, no, you put two Flashes. Okay. Oh, crap. Okay. Oh, shoot. All right. That makes it a little more difficult. Because now I got two Flashes I got to think about. That doesn't help me at all. All right. So, again, I would say put Superman. You can give him Freedom. Yes. OG or Freedom. Either one. No, that's fine. I'll take those. All right. Now it gets difficult. Oh, Aquaman. Oh no, that's not it. That's a side story. I can't do that one. Wasn't there a Marine Gundam and Gundam Thunderbolt? Let me check, because I think there was actually a Marine Gundam actually in Gundam Thunderbolt. I could have sworn there was. Let me check, because that's gonna change everything. Let me see. Could have sworn there was like a Marine, or like a sea. Let me check. No, that's original. No, okay, that's. I could have sworn there was a Marine Gundam. I don't know what's in the official story. But since I don't know, I don't see it in the official actual film, I'm gonna put Aquaman into the gun cannon Aqua for now. That's what I'll do. Because I think there was a Marine one, but I think if I remember right, E2. Okay. I think if I remember right, that was a side story. I think. So yeah. Oh, Marine Gunner was an origin. Okay. I didn't know. Yeah, put him in the Marine Gundam. I'm cool with that. I didn't know it was okay. I'll take that. I thought it was Gundam Thunderbolt. Oh yeah, I'll do that. I'm cool with that. So let me see. Since you have Hawk Girl and not Hawk Man, because that makes a total difference. But since you don't have Hawk Girl and Hawk Man, so it makes it easier, I'm gonna put Hawk Girl in the wing. Well, yeah, because that's the manga. So I'll put Hawk Girl in the Wing Zero. Wing Zero EW version is where I'll put her in. So that's where I'll put her in. Wing Zero Endless Waltz. That's very simple. Okay. Hal Jordan is Zeta. He used to be a pilot. He goes in Zeta. That's you. So he will pilot the Zeta Gundam. Yep. I'm gonna say, yep, Zeta. Exactly. Okay, who do I got next on this list? Let's see. Oh, you see, the problem is, I had it until you included both flashes. See, because F91, but you include both flashes, so I gotta come back to that one because I gotta figure out. Because I think F91 is the fastest Gundam. I may be wrong with that, but I think it is. But you gave me two, so I'm gonna have to come back to that one. I'm so bad you gave me two. That made this one a lot more difficult. Okay. Yeah, but they're far enough apart whereas whereas Hal Jordan is a pilot, John Stewart is like a he's a military. Oh, John Stewart's easy. Okay, John Stewart. I'll play John Stewart in 8th MS team again, of course. But John Stewart, if he's on Xeon, he has to be in the Golf Custom. If he's in the Federation, 8th MS team. I mean, Ground Gundam again. Yeah. No, the Flash is the hardest one. But Hal Jordan and John Stewart is far enough apart where it makes it easy. Because Hal Jordan is more like, say, Hal Jordan is basically fly airplane. I mean, he's basically from the Air Force. And John Stewart is like a Marine. So it's very easy. No, not Xeon. It's Golf Custom. Ground or Golf Custom. Or Goof. That's what it'd be. Let me see what's next. Martian Manhunter's pretty difficult. I'm gonna come back to him. Cyborg's kind of tough. Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman has to go in G Gundam. 110%. Oh, Wonder Woman G Gundam Suits Gundam. It's cool. It's cool. Wonder Woman G Gundam Suits Gundam. Simple. That's simple. So yeah. Wait a minute. Did I already have somebody G? No, I didn't. Okay, cool. Yeah. Wonder Woman G Gundam Suits Gundam. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Okay. Let's see what else we got. We got Martian. Okay. Got Batman. Superman. Got Wonder Woman. Oh no. Okay. Damn it. Okay. I'll keep it like that. Because Batman is actually supposed to be on Death Side Hell Custom, but I'll keep him in Death Side because it conflicts with Hawkgirl. So, yeah, I won't do that. I won't mix that up. I'll leave that alone. I'll leave that alone. D211. Let me see. Martian Manhunter. The flashes are difficult. Oh, okay. That works out. All right, that makes it easy. Now I just got to figure out where to place one or the other. Okay, I got it. Okay, I looked this up. Cool. Hell yeah. All right, I got it. So, I'm going to put Barry Allen in F91. And I'm going to put... Yeah. And I'm going to put Wally West in Gundam Victory 2. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Had to look that one up. All right. So that's what I'll do. So those two are done. So Barry Allen in F91 and Wally West in Gundam Victory 2. Boom. Boom. All right. Cool. Knocked out the flashes. Now the next one is the last one is Green Lantern. No, I already did those. Okay. I gotta let this Martian Manhunter and Cyborg. Martian Manhunter and Cyborg. D2 and 9. Martian Manhunter and Cyborg. Those. This is where we're going to get... Okay. Jeez, man. Oh, duh. Well, okay, hold on, wait. Okay, wait a minute. I don't remember. Okay, I don't remember which one, but I mean, Martian Manhunter. I don't know why I didn't think about that. He's also in the 0080 movie. What mobile suit does he pilot? Cause it ain't gonna be the X yet, cause he's gonna be on the alien side. You know what? Yeah, this is right. Oh no! No! I wasn't paying attention. Why that? No! Come on! Open up! I wasn't paying attention. Come back! No! Come on! I messed up. I wasn't paying attention. My fault. Hold on. Come on. Open back up. Crap. I wasn't paying attention. No. Open up. Open up. Open up. Open up. Oh, no. Crap. I messed up. I wasn't paying attention. Hold on. Oh, man. Dang it. Come on. There you go. Crap. That was supposed to happen. All right. So, yes, Martian Manhunter will be the yes, will be in the movie, 00 movie, 110%. And I can't remember. So I don't remember what mobile suits the aliens used, but whatever that site is what he should pilot. I just don't know which one. I don't remember. I had to look at it again. But the one thing for sure is that we have Martian Manhunter in the 00 movie for sure. He is there. Okay, I got it. I had to look it up. How to refresh my memory. I'll forget it. I'll put him in the Quanti. That's why I'll put him in. 00 the Quanti. That's why I'll put him in. Forget it. I'm not gonna try to kill my brain trying to figure that out. So Martian Manhunter Quanti 00 movie. Boom. Just so I don't have to freaking hurt my brain. Yes. Cyborg. Shit. That movie. To be honest with you, I'm not the biggest fan of Cyborg as a character. Where do I put Cyborg in? Oh, wait a minute. Do I already have a Thunderbolt already? And this one? Okay, yep. Then, we're going to go with Thunderbolt Gundam with Cyborg, and he is going to pilot the, what's that? The main Zaku. I forgot exactly what it was. But yep, that's where he's going to pilot. That one makes the most sense. Now, I got to figure out for Federation, but yep, nope, definitely 110%. He is going to pilot that Zaku. And I think we understand why. What is that Zaku called? That Zaku is called... Looking it up. Will it pop up? The Zaku 2 high mobility type. Basically that. Yep. We're going with that one. That's exactly the one he will pilot. 110%. Yep. I think I'm happy with that one. Oh, that's what happened. All right, we got everybody. All right, we're done. So, yep, we got, Cyborg will definitely be the Zaka 2 from Thunderbolt Gundam. The high mobility type. The main one. There we go. Yep. There we go. Yep. I'm happy with that. That's my list. I'm sticking with it. Like I said, the only one that I kind of messed up, but it's hard for me to switch, is Hot Girl and Batman. You know what? No, I did it. Okay, I saved it. Nope, no, I did not. Here's what we're going to do. Here's exactly what we're going to do for Hot Girl. Hot Girl, we're going to put her in the Build Fighter series instead. Because Batman needs to have the Desai Hell Custom. Batman Desai Hell Custom. Let me figure out which one that is. She is going to fly Hot Girl. That's what we're going to do. Oh, I just saw it. No, not that one. She is going to go to the Build Fighter and she is going to pilot the Star Build Strike Gundam. That's what she's going to be. So, yes. So, Batman is the Desai Hell Custom in Wing. Absolutely. And then Hot Girl is going to the Build Fighters and is going to pilot the Star Build Strike Gundam. There we go. All right, now I'm happy. Now I'm happy. Yes, that works out. I'm missing, and I know I just put it together. And I'm hoping I didn't drop it. No, here it is. Yes, there we go. Perfect. 110%. Yep. I'm happy with that one. Thank you. Appreciate it. Had to think about that one for a second. Almost got me with Hot Girl, but I found a cop-out. Shoot. I mean, what? Hot Girl, no. I mean, Hot Girl, you could also put in Gundam Wing and keep her as a Wing Gundam. That also works too. Yeah. It's the only one I can ever see him pilot. I mean, what else would he pilot? That's literally, you gotta understand. When Desai Hell first came out, when I was younger, people used to say that was basically Batman's Gundam. So yeah, that absolutely 110% works. I can't see anybody else besides Batman. Oh. Yeah, but I still feel like Desai Hell is still a better fit. So, because that's what I was thinking too. That's exactly what I was thinking, but still, I just don't see Batman piloting anything else but the Death Side Hell, specifically because of the wings. Look at any Batman, anything he has gadget. It all has the same theme, bats. Like it's not ninja, it's always bat. So he always has the same theme. Yeah. If you want to go with his training and ninja side of him, I will agree with that. But again, I gotta say, because Batman always stays on theme. He never like everything. The Batmobile, the Batarang, the Batwing. You know, it's always on theme. He never goes off. So the only one that has the wings that will fit would be Death Side Hell. But he always stays like, even though Batman is a ninja, you never see him use ninja stars at all. He uses ninja batarangs. You know? Yeah, exactly. I can't see him. It's just on theme with who he is. Like completely. Because he's just a theme guy. The only thing that he does off theme is like his sidekick or the Bat family. And even then, it just rhymes. Like Batman and Robin, because it just rhymes. Robin rhymes with Batman, even though Robins have nothing to do with bats. But it's rhymes. So it's still kind of on theme. So that's the thing about Batman. Batman is all about his theme. So yeah, so that's the only thing. So Batman could only do, I can only see him piloting the Death Side Hell, unless they have a Gundam that basically looks like a bat, like a bat Gundam. Then that's probably about it. Outside of that, nah, it'd be Death Side Hell. Is D1 D2 here, right? Yep. Yep, D2 right there. And then D1. Oh, I can't believe it's 2 o'clock. Wow. Okay. Alright, I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Well, like this build. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, no. What the heck? Am I tripping? Oh, did I? It's the wrong one. No, it should be the right one. It's just not going in. Oh, there it goes. Nope. Oh, jeez. I need some food. Oh, no. Did I put it in backwards? Yep. I put it in backwards. Of course I did. Yep. Why me? Ah, jeez. Quit up putting it backwards. But wait a minute, which part did I put in backwards? Dang it. Alright, let me open it up. Oh no. This sucks. I already put the sticker on too. That's the part that sucks. Can I open it up without taking off the sticker? Can I open it up without... Oh, okay. Yep, I think... Okay, there we go. Oh well, it's fine. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's just backwards this way. Nope, no. Okay, so this in here is backwards. Alright. Okay, hold on. I'm about to start this up again.
And then, in the second half of 2001, something happened that would devastate the world forever. Digimon Tamers Battle of Adventurers. Listen, this movie is fine, but Minami is the most pointless chosen child ever, and they gave her a card before the Hacker's Memory or Rear Eyes kids. I hate Digimon, actually. I'm gonna make yokai watch videos. Anyway, this is like a fun little summer movie. Takato and Co., apart from Rika, who's doing side quests in Tokyo, head to Okinawa where they meet Minami and Labramon, who becomes Sisamon and have a pretty low-key fight with a normal Digimon.
It's me, the devil. I'm here to convince you to do sin.
Oh, and spoilers, Minami's dog dies twice, basically. Epic, I hate anime. And in March of 2002, we got Digimon Tamers, The Runaway Digimon Express. A train movie. Well, not my bag, really. It was a sequel movie without Kanaka, for better or worse, where after that big, sad, melancholy ending of Tamers, the Digimon are just back. Still, we got Locomon and Grand Locomon and Parasimon and literally no new forms for any of the Digimon in Tamers. Moving on. Digimon Frontier came onto the scene in April of 2002 and would fundamentally alter my friend Tom's brain chemistry for the rest of his life. A season full of familiarity with adventure send-ups, revisits from Digimon used in past seasons, but also fundamentally different in that this time the kids became the Digimon partners. It was Digimon Sentai Frontier. I initially did not vibe with Frontier. I don't remember it airing in the UK when I was a kid, and when I found out they had no partners, I kicked up a stink like the big diaper babby I was, but I've really grown to appreciate Frontier for its well-rounded characters, potentially very deep lore, and for other reasons. It's criminal to me Frontier hasn't been revisited in years, and I really think deserved one more movie than it got. Let's make it the next major celebration, please. That 20th anniversary celebration was shocking. Frontier did get one more movie, though. Digimon Frontier Revival of the Ancient Digimon, and it was... honestly, this movie is so mid. There's some birds being evil. It was actually all Myrmicusmon, and Ancient Greymon and Ancient Garurumon show up. Cool. Well, at least Digimon was still popular at this point. We wouldn't have to wait long for more Digimon anime.
3 years later.
Yeah, get used to that. Next came Digimon X Evolution in 2005, a fully 3D CG movie all about the X antibody that unfortunately was not released outside of Japan. But that's fine. I'm sure its contents in the X antibody won't have any importance in the franchise over the next 20. Oh my god. Oh my Christ. This is a rare Digimon only movie. There's no humans at all. It's like the anti-Digimon Frontier. The story is kind of wild. It's actually an adaptation of a Digimon manga called Digimon Chronicles, but who cares about reading like a nerd? Oh, there's subtitles, damn it. Basically, Yggdrasil is like the guy who owns the Digimon server goes, nah, you guys are taking it too far now. What the hell is a Shakuamon? And decides to make Digi-COVID to wipe out a ton of Digimon. Understandably, some Digimon aren't so happy about this, and what begins is a bunch of Digimon adapting to this X program, developing their X antibody, which transforms them and their Digicorp into new forms. Neat. It also basically put the entire Doraemon branching evolution line on the center stage, which as someone who spent a lot of time on Digimon forums in the early to mid 2000s, I can tell you was the Stanley Cup of Digimon partners. Look, I totally get the appeal, but why does everyone have one now? And then a full year later in 2006, we got Digimon Savers, the most slept on Digimon season. I think because it didn't introduce any crazy new gimmicks, didn't have anything insanely cool visually to call back to. What it did have is honestly one of the most cohesive and satisfying stories in Digimon history. Masaru Damon, not the Danganronpa fella, joins a government organization that are trying to keep the peace between Digimon and humans and keeping Digimon away from humans, alright? Anyway, what's cool about this season is that it continues the themes explored in the past, that sometimes adults are just assholes. And while Marukimon is an initial threat, the real bad guy is Professor Hojo, I mean Dr. Karata. This guy is like such a bad guy, it feels great to see him get pushed in. This season also gave us Bancho Leomon and the chess lesbian, so honestly might be my second favorite below 02. Gee, Masaru, how come Toei let you have 2 movies? The first of those movies came in July 2006, Digimon Savers 3D, The Digital World in Imminent Danger. This is another one of those theme park movies though. It's in 3D animation and actual 3D, but honestly, aside from that, it's a total non-starter. It does have Kalumon crossing over with the Savers partners though, and they fight Armageddon, so that kind of rips. Even though Armageddon is defeated by 2 champion levels. What the hell? Then they got a real ass movie with ultimate power burst mode activated. This movie does my head in. So basically there's this girl Rhythm and she knows all about Algamon. They're...
Okay. Oh, okay, this is about the movies. I get it. Cool. So that's done. That's then what am I looking for? E1 D1. Okay, hold on. Let me actually come back. I think I want to get the feet done. E15. And 25. I'll come back for the missiles. All right, let's keep going.
Get it? Basically, this entire movie is everyone takes a nap, they wake up, Algamon's a bad guy, Shine Greymon stabs him, and then this Rhythm chick kisses Agumon and takes Algamon's egg back to the digital world. Also, she isn't human. You can tell why they stopped doing Digimon season movies after a while. And then we got another time skip 4 years later in 2010 with Digimon Cross Wars, aka Digimon Fusion. Digimon once again shifted up the formula in 2010. Digimon Cross Wars had one of the biggest longevities in Digimon since Digimon Adventure, getting 3 seasons, which even technically mastered by that point. There's a lot that didn't gel with Cross Wars for me, but it's also innovative and just so watchable.
Why the heck did I... of course I freaking would drop. Okay. Oh, I see it. Okay, that's not bad. It didn't drop that bad. All right. I'll get in a sec. Hold on. I need to check one single thing, and that is... What do we have? This one. That is D1 5 6 15. D1 6 15 5 Ooh. 6 Okay, I think I'm almost done with the legs. Making some pretty good time here. Well, not that great, but wait a minute, hold on. No, it's this way. Okay, I see. Yep, you go on here. You go on right here. There we go. And then you go in right here, right? Yep. Okay. And this goes in here. Right? Yep. That's right. No. Wait a minute. Wrong one. Oops, wrong one. No. Yeah, this is the right one. No. This one. This one. There it goes. Okay. Crap. Alright, let me play this.
This didn't get a movie, but I feel like Season's also getting a tie-in movie just stopped being a thing, so yeah, get used to that. Y'all ready to get depressed? Listen, let's get real for a second. Me and Digimon Tri have a complicated history. Tri is like part of the reason I got heavily back into Digimon again. I was always a fan. I played Digimon Masters for like a decade. I rewatched older seasons that I legally bought, but I definitely wasn't keeping up with the V-Pets or whatever for a good decade there, and then I saw that first Digimon Tri teaser with Agumon and Tai, and I was like, oh my god, Digimon, I love Digimon. And what we got was 6 movies of, is it rude to say Ow the Edge? There is a lot I still love about Try, and I encourage you all to watch it, but my god, what a bummer. And the weird amount of cheesecake also made me uncomfortable. They're all still in high school. Anyway, that's not the point. We finally saw all the adventure megaforms in the anime, so that's cool. They also basically wrote the 02 kids out for the whole thing, which I have healed from, kinda, now that the 02 kids are back in stuff, but rough moment. But during all that depression, we got an even more slept on season of the anime in 2016 with Digimon Universe Aptly Monsters. Monsters had this crazy idea to make Digimon that were partnered with humans who went to a digital world and merged with other Digimon to create new forms. And why the hell are people so mad about how different this was again? Like almost every season of Digimon is different. 02 introduced Armors and DNA. Tamers was a reboot or a new universe with Card Slash and Biomerge. Frontier has kids becoming Digimon. Savers was actually good. Cross Wars had Digicross, but Atmon being apps was too much of a departure for people. I've still not finished Atmon, admittedly. I want to, but I'm just too busy with all 3 Equalizer movies and playing Super Hot VR. But the idea that Atmon is some kind of crazy, fundamentally different season is just crazy pills. You're all on crazy pills. New Atmon movie, please. Thank you. Then, all the way through 2017 and into 2018, the Tri Saga ended. Almost 3 years after it began. And there were some really cool moments in that second batch of Tri movies. I think the story of Mei and Meikumon, while a little bit too much of a focus, was still an enjoyable story. And the kids all uniting at the end was really cool, even if I don't love Omnimon Merciful Mode. But Digimon Adventure Tri Future did leave us with like 15 more questions than we had before Tri started, and answered maybe 3 questions we had before it. Nice to know who the original Digidestined were though, I guess. Then they announced Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kizuna, and then as Kizuna was being created, they crowdfunded 5 short films to kind of catch everyone up on where the kids have been between Tri and Kizuna. 5 people who contributed to that crowdfunder even got their own fan-made Digimon made officially, which is incredibly cool. There's actually no proper way to watch these shorts bar one, but I'd recommend checking out my pal Corey, the Diginos video on these shorts, because they are wacky. What if your childhood was over and everything was terrible, and it's hard to see any positivity in growing up? Yeah. Imagine. Digimon Last Evolution Kizuna, aka Digimon Nah, this isn't the last one, can you imagine? Is the story of growing up. Ty, Matt, and the other 10 Digidestined, who are they again? Doesn't matter. Face a new threat in the internet. Eosmon. It's just like Diaboromon. A countdown begins, just like Diaboromon. But this countdown isn't for nukes. No, no, no. This is for the ending of Tamers, but even more emotionally devastating. Kizuna has some really dope battles, lovely nods to the past, and some truly baffling decisions. But the 02 epilogue is still canon, right? And then 2 months after Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kizuna, a reboot of Digimon Adventure came out. When this was announced, we genuinely thought that Last Evolution Kizuna was going to do some time travel like JoJo stuff, where it was going to reboot the entire universe for a new continuity. They didn't do that, thankfully. Instead, what we got was something entirely different, a show that resembled Digimon Adventure, but honestly, if you changed all the names of the protagonists and gave them different partners, it would feel almost nothing like the original Digimon Adventure. It is a reboot in as much that it is fundamentally different. Overall, though, for me, it was a bit too long with not enough plot for my liking, but it had banging music. And in October of 2021, we got Digimon Ghost Game. Overall, though, for me, it was a bit too long with not enough plot for my liking, but it had banging music. Ghost Game is really cool conceptually. A Monster of the Week type show, very dark, spooky, feeling like Gegege no Kitaro meets Digimon Tamers. There's a lot to like there. Ultimately, for me, I'm always looking for a show with overarching narratives, so apparently Digimon Creative thought that most people wanted largely unconnected episodes with a little bit of overarching plot. But listen, Gamamon's cute and Goramon is me. He says champion instead of chocolate. Isn't that fine? Still should have got a season 2 or a movie though, if I'm honest with you. And that brings us to 2023 and the most recent piece of Digimon anime media. Digimon Adventure 02 The Beginning, which is not legally available in my country, so I haven't watched it yet. The 02 kids are getting their own movie. Aren't you excited to see Armor Digivolution and new Digivolutions for them? This instead is apparently the story of Uko and Louie, just what we wanted, just like we wanted in Try, right? We wanted the story of Meiko and Meikumon, and why do all these adventure movies have such a boner for just being like, hey, forget about these kids that you like, what if there was another kid? Isn't this kid cool? Okay, admittedly, Willis was really cool, but who the hell is Manoa? Apparently this movie's pretty divisive, maybe the most divisive, and that's saying something given we have Try and Kizuna. Some people loved this, and some people did not like this. I cannot wait to legally watch it in my country one day, although they still haven't done that. Congratulations to Canada and Australia, though, and America. Obviously, America gets everything. I'm not bitter. So I can finally see the new evolution that Imperialdramon got, right? Right, guys? Where are you going? But that is it. The entire history of the Digimon franchise, summed up in a way that only my eloquent mouth could. If you got this far, let me know in the comments down below what your favorite season of the Digimon anime is. And let me know if you want to see me do this with other stuff, Digimon V-Packs, video games, or non-Digimon media. And if you want to see all my videos early, get early access to my videos, suggest videos, and even contribute to custom art videos, you can do that on patreon.com/KhanEX. Thank you to my sovereigns, ZDK14Jmon, everyone else who supports me on Patreon, and my channel members on YouTube. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time when we go digital. Bye, 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 bye.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Told you he wasn't going to say it. I said he wasn't going to do it, and he never did it. All right, cool. All right, we'll do one more because I'm interested in this redesign, and then after that, we'll be done. So let's go ahead and check this. Well, no, we're not. We're done. We'll be done with this. Spills. Done.
Whether it's because of a new season of the anime, a new video game, or many other reasons, redesigns overall have become a fairly consistent part of the franchise, and fairly commonly outside of the Digimon sphere. In other media properties, redesigns are often seen as a little bit of a spit in the face. I'm looking at you, Dante. On the flip side of that, I'm here to tell you today that there are 10 Digimon redesigns that, in my personal opinion, are better than the original. Oh, but it's also that time of the month where Buyee sponsors another video. Buyee committed to sponsoring 2 videos a month every month, with YouTube ad rates completely in the toilet the past couple of years now. Buyee's consistent sponsorship every month has meant the world, so very happy this video is sponsored once again by Buyee. You probably heard this before, but if it's your first time, Buyee is a proxy service getting you access to goods from Japan, like Yahoo Japan Auction, Shopping, Mercari, Rakuten, etc. But something I wanted to do today in particular is actually give you a helpful guide. Buyee, as I said, get stuff from Japan, and often those listings are in Japanese. So this is a legitimate usage case. Someone in my Discord asked me this the other day. They were searching Digivolving Spirits into Yahoo Japan Auctions on Buyee, and as you can see, no results were found. So my big tip, search in Japanese.
But I don't speak Japanese, Con.
Me neither, I'm a dumb gaijin. Find the toy that you want on Google, and oh look, Wikimon has the Japanese name for the Digivolving Spirits line, Cho Shinka Tamashi. Copy that, paste that into Yahoo Japan Auctions and search. Look at all the results. And on Yahoo Japan Shopping, you do actually get results for Digivolving Spirits, but you get even more when again you search in Japanese. Alphamon 27,600 yen when searching in English, or 8,127 yen when searching in Japanese. And when you sign up for Buyee with my link in the description, they'll give you a 2,000 yen coupon of any purchase, meaning that 8,127 yen Alphamon becomes 6,127 yen, which is like less than 50 bucks. Like I say, Buyee is a really good service. I use it fairly regularly, and they sponsor the channel very consistently, so it means the world to me. Thank you to Buyee for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to it. What is up, digital companions? My name is KhanEX, and welcome back to another video. And yeah, today I'm talking about 10 Digimon redesigns that I think are better than the original, but I want to kind of clear up what I think a redesign is. Ostensibly, almost every redesign is basically a variant. For example, Agumon 2006 was initially created as a replacement, a reversion of the original Agumon, but now the two coexist in things like the card game. And that's kind of my personal differentiator between a redesign and a variant. Metal Greymon is a good example of this. The original Metal Greymon is blue and a virus, but when they wanted Metal Greymon to be in the anime, the partner to the main kid, they changed him up. They made him a vaccine and created our old friend Pumpkin Metal Greymon. That is a redesign, as despite the fact the two now exist and get to have their own outings, at the time the vaccine Metal Greymon was supposed to be the Metal Greymon. And even to this day I would argue that despite the fact the virus is the original, the orange one is the one that everyone thinks of. The opposite of this is something like Violet Elecmon or Madoki Betamon, who are redesigns basically, although actually they're just kind of color shifts, but in no world were created to be replacements. Violet Elecmon is not like a new version of Elecmon for the anime that was attempting to distance itself from the regular Elecmon. So hopefully with that distinction in mind, we can get to number 10, and that is the Antilamon Deva. The original Antilamon debuted in 2000, with the Deva version debuting 1 year later in Digimon Tamers. And this is a very simple redesign. Nowadays, the original Antilamon is often referred to as Antilamon Evil, being used more so as a Wendigomon evolution because it is just ever so slightly creepier somehow. But the Deva version with its cute little scarf and making that lower half more purple just makes it look a little bit more friendly, which is totally appropriate for its partner Susie in Tamers. I do like the original Antilamon, don't get me wrong, but the Deva redesign is just so much better to me. More unique looking, more multi-purpose, overall just a great Digimon. This next one you may think is really riding that redesign variant line, but to me this is almost exactly the same situation as Metal Greymon Virus and Vaccine. And that is Mega Kabuterimon Red, who totally usurped Mega Kabuterimon Blue. The original Mega or Atla Kabuterimon debuted in 1998 and was intended to be blue, similar to its Prevo Kabuterimon. But for one reason or the other, in 1999 when Digimon Adventure came along, they also decided to give Atla Kabuterimon more of a red coat of paint. And maybe this is just nostalgia goggles for me, but I can't see Atla Kabuterimon as anything but red. The Mega Kabuterimon of my childhood is that. And Bandai seemingly agrees, because the red version that has now become the de facto got a reference book listing in 2007, but it took 8 more years in 2015 for the blue version to get one. I do quite like the blue version though. I think it works well in something like a blue beetle line, thinking like Kokabuterimon to Kabuterimon to Mega Kabuterimon, and then something for the Mega like Tyrant Kabuterimon maybe. But what I like about Mega Kabuterimon Red is that it almost looks like it learned its lessons through Digivolution. When we look at these more straightforward Digivolution lines as opposed to the more VPET style branching evos, I like to see a Digimon taking on factors, things that it has learned through its journey. And that's why the red version is nice to me, because there is still some blue in there, so it looks almost like a merging of Tentomon and Kabuterimon. And in an era of Digimon where we weren't seeing the Megas for anyone but Gabumon and Agumon, this did feel like something of a culmination of its 2 previous stages. Because yeah, let's not forget that Hercules Kabuterimon's anime debut was not until Try. So at the time, this Mega Kabuterimon was the kind of final stage. Though we knew pretty much instantly it wasn't, we knew those Megas existed. In the anime at least, that was the final stage for Tentomon at the time. So I think it just works really nicely as that Zenith. This one that I think is going to be really controversial, and it is pretty high up on the list, but please again remember it's just my personal opinion. I just think that Beelzemon 2010 is a little bit better than Beelzemon Tamers. I like punky biker aesthetics, don't get me wrong, but I put Beelzemon Blast Mode as my #1 mode change in that top 10 mode changes video, and Beelzemon 2010 looks like Beelzemon Blast Mode but a little bit more stripped back. I just love it! Balmon's story and Cross Wars also is just a huge standout to me. Beelzemon across the franchise gets treated really well, and while I still think I prefer the story of the original Tamers Beelzemon, the design of this one just goes hard, man, looking much more cyborg Digimon-y in its body. And listen, you guys already know that I'm a Final Fantasy bitch. I love me some Sephiroth, some Angeal, some Genesis, so whenever Feathery Wings come into play, I am a sucker for it. The reason this is so high up on the list is because it's real close. There was even a part of me that wanted to put it at number 10, but I put it a little bit higher because I do love 2010 Beelzemon so much. But this is one of those that easily shifts. I mean, I think...
Yep, alright. Here we go. 1 down. Whew, finally. Getting to the end. Which one is this? Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and look at E2. Okay. E1. Okay, I need to find E2. Where's E2? Uh-oh. Alright, let me keep going.
Better, but I'm talking this much. It is a photo finish. And maybe in a year when I rewatch Tamers or something, I'll prefer the OG Beelzemon. But I guess what you can take away from this regardless is that it is a redesign that is actually really great. One that is not annoying or baffling, or just shouldn't, in my opinion, share the name of the OG, like Cyberdramon 2010.
What the fuck were they thinking?
This next one's a bit of a cheat, but I just wanted to talk about this Appmon because I love it so much. The Appmon Cardmon is technically a redesign of the Digimon World 3 Cardmon. Cardmon were basically digital life forms in Digimon World 3 and is actually the collective name of a bunch of different types of Cardmon, but the Atmon version just outclasses it in every way. And I do think that Atmon did deliberately take an opportunity to revisit names of Digimon that they kind of didn't want to use because were technically already Digimon, but was so long ago that they felt like making a new Digimon based off it would be weird. But Atmon is a fresh reset was a good opportunity. You can see this in Navimon, Batterymon, and yes, of course, Cardmon, all having more relatively obscure previous Digimon versions. I love the idea also that this Cardmon is like a fake card, having the ability of activating different abilities by changing the illustration on its body. Like a kid on the playground going, actually no, this isn't Clefairy, this is Mewtwo. Just super cool, and while yes, maybe you could argue whether or not it's a redesign, it was an Atmon, and Atmon in its entirety was kind of an attempt to reboot and redesign Digimon as a whole, so I'm counting it. Another controversial one, I think. Maybe, I don't know. I think Rapidmon Green just looks better than Rapidmon Gold. Yep.
Alright. The legs are done. There we go. Legs are done. Now all we got left is the backpack and the waist. You're not gonna show me the waist? Really? Am I tripping? Is this not showing me how to do the waist? Oh, there it is. I was about to say. B1, 16, 15, 31. Okay. B1, 16. 15. And 31. Jeez, that ain't supposed to happen. $16, $15, $31. B1, $14. Head 31. E1, 14. E1, 14. Oh yeah, let me put this onto it. Just not sitting here bored.
On this video. Funny how that works.
E1,
I always say
14.
Kenichi Joji is my favorite Digidestin, but maybe it's Willis. Listen, I love Rapidmon Gold.
I love gold.
The actual inception of its evolution in Hurricane Touchdown is fantastic, but I think the design just looks better in green, and specifically as an evolution of Gargomon into Mega Gargomon, although I know a lot of people don't like Mega Gargomon itself. Magnamon, by comparison, feels like something rivaling a Mega level Digimon. Something ultra powerful, something completely different to its evolution line. It looks a bit like Flamedramon, Raydramon, but also is completely its own beast. And this is kind of a retroactive thing, because obviously at the time, Rapidmon Gold did not have this, and this is why it isn't a criticism, but Rapidmon Green, I think, is such a successful redesign that now it makes the gold one feel a bit boring. I wish Rapidmon Gold looked different. Maybe a little bit more like Rapidmon X Antibody, I don't know. I think the slight design tweaks are good. The crest on the tummy is good, but this different symbol I think works very nicely. I think this is a better redesign, not because Rapidmon Gold is bad, but because it has replaced in my mind what Rapidmon is. Rapidmon in my brain by default is not the gold version, it is the green version, even though the green version came out after. It's like when a song cover is infinitely more popular than its original version, like when Madcon or Manskin did Beggin', but the original version is by Frankie Valli. I don't know anyone that's still listening to the Frankie Valli version, even though it deserves its dues. The Madcon version just rocks, dog. And the same is totally how I feel about Rapidmon Green. I almost feel bad about this pick for some reason. Out of any of the other ones on the list, it's like, I'm sorry, Rapidmon Gold, you were there at the beginning, but you've been usurped. Long live the king. Oh, then we're going over to Death Meramon. You might be thinking, Khan, there's only one Death Meramon. You fool, you idiot, you person I made up for the sake of this video and probably isn't actually a real person, and everyone knows this. But if you didn't, there is actually an original version of Death Meramon from the Come On Digimon manga, the kind of original Digimon manga. Made a video on this whole thing actually, you should check it out, it's pretty cool. And in that there is a Digimon called Deathmon who can do something which is kind of like a prototype Digicross, where it assimilates the data of Digimon it has defeated, and yeah, it becomes something called Death Meramon. Don't get me wrong, it looks fine, but the current Death Meramon. Ooh, our blue flaming skull looking Ghost Rider daddy? Ugh, he's just impossible to beat. One of my favorite designs, I think. I made that short a couple of weeks ago about Impmon's like original Digivolution line from the D-Power 3.0, and it includes Death Meramon. And every time I look at that guy, I'm just like, damn, he's good. He's really, really good. I want him in more. Shows up in the video games a few times, which is great. But yeah, I mean, by definition, of course, he is the de facto Death Meramon now. He's obviously replaced the original one, because that one's probably never coming back. Watch an entire Come On Digimon set of the card game come out right now. But the point still stands. It is technically kind of a redesign, and it's just baller. Wasn't done with controversy, it seems. Falcomon 2006, in my opinion, is better than Falcomon original, but it's for more reasons than just design. While I do think that Falcomon 2006 actually has a lot of things on the original Falcomon, the ninja theming really makes it more applicable for a few Digivolution lines, whereas the original is just kind of a green bird. We've got a lot of birds. Biomon's probably more famous than it. Pomimon's a more recent example of a kind of grass plant themed bird. The original Falcomon is losing its place, but it definitely has had a resurgence. And that is part of why I think Falcomon 2006 is a better redesign, or is better than the original, because a lot of people didn't know it was a redesign. With Agumon 2006, the Tamer's Rapidmon, even Beelzemon 2010, everyone knew the original existed. Everyone knew about the OG Agumon, the original Beelzemon, and the Gold Rapidmon. But when Survive was coming out, when they decided to put the original Falcomon as the partner of Minoru in that game, I saw so many people in my comments, on Bandai Namco's comments, in tweet replies, going,
Falcomon? That's not Falcomon.
The original Falcomon had such a limited appearance to the general Digimon fandom, and the Data Squad version had such a wide spread that people just thought Falcomon 2006 was Falcomon. Now, obviously, you get into your like deep weed fandom, people that actually know about the V-Pets, consume a lot more of the Japanese side of things, they already knew. But I would say this is a Digimon redesign that is better than the OG on two factors. One, again, I just think it looks cooler, a little bit cuter, but two, it's a Digimon that probably most successfully usurped or replaced the original because of how many people didn't know it had done so. Now, I will say this is a very Beelzemon 2010 situation again. It's hella close. They're both fantastic, and Falcomon's characterization in Digimon Survive is probably my favorite partner in that game, but honestly, low-key, Falcomon 2006's design would have suited that character perfectly too. It's a very close race, but I think it's pretty cool. Third, Kodo Kugamon. Now, this is an interesting situation situation because the redesign isn't quite a replacement. The original Kodokugamon is just Dokugamon, but small. Intended to be an in-training, sometimes child level, but mostly in training of Dokugamon. And we just never had a rookie in between. Then Bandai decided to make a design for Kodokugamon that was a child or rookie level and had its own unique design. Which means we have Kodokugamon the in-training, Kodokugamon the rookie, and Dokugamon the champion. So yes, this is a redesign, but a redesign of a name, a redesign of a concept, rather than a redesign of the same Digimon at the same stage. Someone at Bandai decided that Kodokugamon, Dokugamon but smaller was kinda lame, I guess, so decided to take its name and redesign that into a rookie Digimon. And it's fantastic, it's a great design. Sometimes I think the same Digimon but bigger can kinda be funny. The fact that you can almost craft a full Gotsumon line of Gotsumon that are just recolors of each other is very funny. Like Minotaurmon and Waymon, who are the same Digimon at champion and ultimate level, exist solely because of the weird nature of Digimon's history, of there originally being no mega level and now there is. So we end up with the same Digimon at 2 levels and yeah, it's boring. And even though it's got a different name, Kodokugamon is basically just Dokugamon at a different level. So the fact that we now get this really cool little spider Digimon rookie using that name that previously was kind of wasted is phenomenal. It's a great design, it's a great reuse of the name. In training Kodokugamon BTFO. Penultimate pick, it's the thumbnail. I just prefer Systemon CL, okay? Systemon CL is a redesign due to basically censorship. The believed story is that Systemon Noir, the nun with guns, was deemed a little bit too risky in America. Not because of the guns, but because she was a nun with guns. Combining that whole religious side with the gun side is gonna cause some issues in America. So I don't really get whether that had a knock-on effect to where I live or indeed Australia, but you know, it is what it is. And while yeah, I'm not exactly the biggest fan of arbitrary nonsensical censorship like this or the Gundramon card. Come on, dog, he's a Digimon made of guns. Oh no, not a bullet hole and some smoke, whatever will we do? I just prefer the design of Systemon CL. I've seen plenty nuns with guns in my time across various media. I've seen various nuns, but I've never seen a nun wife with a samurai sword and a bear hat on. I don't know, it's just dope. Systemon CL outside of Japan was intended to replace Noir. However, she's so goddamn cool that Bandai Namco and Toei went, no, we want to use her too. So while she continues to replace Systemon Noir in the card game, she also just gets to exist in Digimon Ghost Game as her own Digimon. And I think that episode of Digimon Ghost Game with the maniacal kart racing Systemon CL could have worked with Systemon Noir, but I think her look is just what really sells it. CL also can use guns, so she's kind of a best of both worlds situation. And while I do one day hope to see her and Noir side by side in more stuff like video games, card games, etc. To me, she's an incredibly successful redesign because she has everything going against her. She's a really arbitrary censorship. She's a redesign of a Digimon that looks really good already, and yet somehow she has wormed her way into my heart. I like both, but if I gotta pick a Systemon, it's CL. Okay. Finally, I don't know what people are gonna think of this. I don't know whether it's because I've been taking my crazy pills recently. I don't know whether it's that short that is about to hit 1 million views on censorship in Digimon. Bomonanimon is cool. Citramon is cooler. Yeah, my #1 pick is another example of seemingly arbitrary censorship that wound up in a Digimon that I much prefer. So in the original episode of Digimon Savers, there was a Bomonanimon causing destruction in a theme park, and by that point, Disney was the people who were dubbing Digimon. So yeah, that was kind of a no-go as far as they were concerned. So it was left to Jeff Nimoy, who was in one of my videos last year, do you remember which one, to find a way to keep that episode because it was very integral to Thomas's development as a character without having a bomb in a theme park. And that is the reason, by the way, Jeff Nimoy has said this on his blog. So he and the team created what was originally called Tangerinemon. Just such a cool idea, turn a bomb into an orange. It's fantastic. It looks great, by the way. Bomonanimon is fine, but it's kind of generic. It looks like any member of the Nanimon/Mamemon family. I honestly think Big Mamemon looks better than Bomonanimon. The orange idea is absolutely inspired. And when they pitched it as Tangerinemon, Toei said, no, we don't like that name. But they did sign off on it being called Citramon, which means not only was it okay for the American dub, Toei signed off on it, meaning Toei gave it its seal of approval, which means that Citramon was good enough for Toei. They were like, sure, that's a change we approve of, meaning that it's a really successful redesign. And maybe with Citramon it does come down to my little personal foibles. You guys know that I'm a big champion of Digimon that haven't been seen for years, like Regularmon or Dominimon, who now gets to be on a B memory, getting their chance to shine. I just think it'd be really cool if Citramon got to be like a proper Digimon, in the same way that Systemon CL gets to be a proper Digimon now. I think Citramon more than deserves it too. He and Bominanimon should be able to coexist, and I'd love to see what the Japanese creative side of Digimon could do with Citramon, my beloved. So yeah, I know censorship sucks, blah blah blah, but Citramon is probably my favorite Digimon redesign of all time. Well, that's it, my top 10 Digimon redesigns. You may have noticed that the Bai out of the beginning of this video had a different t-shirt, slightly different setup, and that's not uncommon for ad spots on this channel. I actually had to re-record this entire video. The first 2 minutes and the Bai spot were fine. The rest, my mic slightly unplugged and I lost all the audio, so this is a complete re-record. When it happened, I almost lost my entire mind, but we're here now, we've re-recorded the whole thing, and you're watching the video, so it all turned out okay. Huge shout out to my sovereigns, It's Elementary, ZDK14, and Jmon, and all the names you've been seeing on the screen below. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please leave
I hate
like
stickers. Yes, I
oh
do.
God,
I
so
hate
much more
stickers.
after
What
I
about
had to
you?
record this 2 times. Anyway,
All right.
thank you so much for watching.
Let's go
and I'll
check
see you
out
next
something
time.
else. We're
Be
done.
good, Digital. Bye bye.
Oh, I hate stickers. Okay, we're done. Let's go to another thing. Okay. Ooh, that took forever. All right, turn off my picture for a minute. Let me look, see if I can find something. All right, let's go back to Gundam. Let's set this out.
You can put the most powerful weapons you want
Oh,
on your mobile suit, but if you don't have the...
You telling me. I plan to one day, but I'm not in a place where I can do that. Plus, I kind of like designing the kits for what they are. So, like, when I showcase them on my shorts, you can see them. Because I know a lot of people on YouTube... Hold on a sec. I mean, and it's nothing wrong, but I know a lot of people on YouTube, when they showcase their builds, they like to do all the paint and stuff. But you never really see what it looks like without all of that stuff. So I like to, at least on my channel, showcase the builds without all that paint. And again, it's just a preference. It has nothing to do with, because don't get it twisted, I would love to start painting. I'm a ways away from getting to that point again. One day I will do that. One day, hopefully in the near future, I'll do a paint stream. So I'll go ahead and try to paint one of these kits, but that's in the far future. Because yeah, I am freaking tired of putting these stupid freaking stickers on, spending almost over hours just trying to get the sticker right where it needs to be and right in place. I'm over exaggerating, but still, it's the worst part of doing it. Well, the 2 worst parts of building these kits, it's doing the stickers, and the second thing is when you drop a part. That is the 2 worst parts. Everything else I could live with, but the dropping of freaking parts and the losing stickers. Oh, and the last thing, replacement parts. That's another thing that I hate. They don't have replacement parts. That's the last thing I hate. They don't have replacement parts. Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. And last one. Last one. All right. Done. All right. Let's keep going with this new video. Jeez, that took forever.
They're useless. Just ask anyone who's ever played any Armored Core game. So today we're having a look at the most powerful power supplies in all of Gundam, brought to you by the most powerful VPN around, NordVPN. Whether you need to dodge some pesky region locks or you just want some more security online, Nord is there to supercharge your internet experience. I couldn't live without it anymore, and if you too want to join the Nord side by using the link down below or code KKRT, you'll not just get a sweet discount, but you'll also be supporting the channel. And we're starting with what I think is the least overpowered of these overpowered engines, the Hyper Deuterium engine from Gundam Seed Destiny. Generally speaking, mobile suit engines in the Cosmic era were rather wimpy compared to some of the other universes. Instead of full-on reactors, they simply ran on rechargeable batteries, meaning that for heavy firepower, they also needed some heavy trade-offs. Either more batteries had to be installed, limiting mobility, or their operating time would be drastically cut. So Zaf would come up with two main ways to circumvent these limitations. First, they would invent a gizmo that would allow a nuclear reactor to be installed in their mobile suits, something that was previously impossible due to the enjammers that they had developed at the beginning of the war. And secondly, they developed the Deuterium Energy Transfer System. This allowed a ship with the...
I just want to say, this video proves, this part of this video proves my point in one of the earlier videos, which what I was saying, but also in this same video, absolutely is an argument that I would accept. So if you watch one of my old videos, you watch this one, you understand what I'm talking about.
A beam of energy at a compatible mobile suit to instantly recharge it. These two technologies would then be combined into the Hyper Deuterium engine, a kind of supercharged nuclear reactor that, in theory, could go on indefinitely. Nuclear. However, in reality, it was still possible for a machine with weapons and other systems that required a lot of energy to completely drain it. Something that...
Whew. Okay. The waste is done. Look. Now we're on to the backpacks and the weapons. A12, A30. Alright, let's keep going. Whew. Let's go.
Shin was using its heavy weaponry too much, which was then combined with the equally energy-hungry voiture Lumiere system and the phase shift armor. But maybe you want your infinite energy source with some extra whistles and bells, like the AHAP reactor from Iron-Blooded Orphans. This reactor was the energy source for pretty much every mobile suit in the post-disaster timeline, and also came with some pretty cool features. In addition to creating perpetual energy, they also emitted a particle known as the AHAP particle. In ships, this was used to generate artificial gravity, and they also generated a wave known as the AHAP wave, something that disrupted radio waves, communication, and even guided weaponry. This made them extremely useful for combat, but also led to mobile suits being banned from cities because they majorly messed up systems there with their AHAP waves. Another benefit of these reactors then was that they were nigh indestructible, with even reactors dating back from the Calamity War being in perfect working order. And this was especially important because the reactors were both difficult to make and highly regulated by Gallarhorn. So as a wannabe PMC or a pirate group, you could just go scavenge for these reactors. From Gundam 00 then, we get the Twin Drive System, a development of the already very powerful GN Drive system. So let's start by looking at that. Developed by Celestial Being, these drives were, again, capable of providing the Gundam they're installed in with near limitless energy. But it really was their extra features that set them apart, not just from engines in their own series, but from engines in every other Gundam series as well. So just like those other engines, they emitted their own special particle, this time called the GN particle, that messed with radio waves and whatnot. But this time, the engine is made in such a way that it doesn't generate a lot of heat, and even the thrust is taken care of by these GN particles, which then all combines into making the Gundams extremely stealthy machines. But their main feature is without a doubt the Transam system, a system that envelops the Gundam in a red glow and ups their performance by 3 times. The downside though was that this could only be used for a limited amount of time, and once that time was up, the machine was defenseless. The Twin Drive system then was the idea to not just use 2 of these GN drives together, which would double the performance, but to have them synchronize with each other, which would square their performance. The big problem for this though was that the 2 GN drives used had to be extremely similar, and even then it was extremely difficult to get them synced up.
A13, A31.
For example, in order to get the system to reliably work with the 00 Gundam, they had to install the riser system to help with that synchronization. Fortunately, this stability issue was no longer present in its successor Gundam, the 00 Quanta. This machine received 2 GN drives that were purposely built for that twin drive system, making them much more stable. So maybe now is the time to start working on a triple drive system.
What's it?
Chewy has delightful creations of salmon or beef, sensational options from Fancy Feast.
And now that we've seen some engines with particles that took inspiration from the Minovsky particle, I think it's time to have a look at the original, which is the driving force behind the Minovsky ultra-compact fusion reactor, and the mobile suit with the reactor with the highest measurable output that I could find was the Queen Mansa, a massive unit with an equally big reactor. And while the Minovsky ultra-compact fusion reactor might sound fancy to some, This was actually the standard for mobile suits in the Universal Century, and even dates back all the way to the first combat usable Zaku's. The simple explanation with this engine is that it used the Minovsky particle to keep the fusion reaction going, creating an endless supply of electricity, and was only 1/5 the size of the older Minovsky Ionesco reactor. Thanks to this, the reactor could now be mounted inside of the main body of the mobile suit.
Alright, another one cleaned off.
Mobile suits.
Done.
But of course, not every
Boom.
Minovsky ultra compact fusion reactor
Alright,
was
that's
equal.
done.
For example, the Zaku 1's reactor generated only 899 kilowatts, whereas the one used in the RX-78-2 Gundam could generate a much more impressive 1,380 kilowatts. The Queen Mansa, meanwhile, had a devastatingly high 21,370 kilowatts. This was so ridiculously high that it didn't just dwarf contemporary mobile suits, but could even dwarf later mobile suits as well. Although this is also partially because in the late Universal Century, mobile suits got smaller and could do much more with smaller reactors. But still, the only machines in the Universal Century that could hold a candle to this thing's reactor were mobile armors like the Psycho Gundam and the Neue Ziel. Or the Unicorn Gundam, because that thing is just built differently. Spec-wise, its reactor only has an output of a meager 3,480 kilowatts, but as you all know, the Unicorn has a trick up its sleeve. Whenever the mobile suit detects a new type, it forcibly transforms into the destroy mode, turning off the limiters. And with them off, its thrust, sensor range, and power output all become so high that they're immeasurable. And because we saw Unicorn Gundam Unit 3, also known as the Phoenix, moving at or close to the speed of light, it's no exaggeration to assume that the other two would also come close to the theoretical maximum. Somehow. Therefore, making the Unicorn Gundam's reactor potentially the most powerful one out there. Which then also means that despite being one of the most powerful reactors around, we don't really know a lot about what exactly makes
and then
it
a few of these still have some left.
The same goes for arguably the strongest reactor that is used in the strongest Gundam. The discontinuous hyper-oscillation gauge collapsing pile engine, or DHGCP, which is installed in the Turn A Gundam.
E111.
This bad boy straight up gets its energy from an artificial black hole. But that is about all that we know. One thing to keep in mind though is that the Turn A Gundam that we saw in the series was a nerfed version of the Dark History Turn A, which was a ridiculously powerful unit that was made for combat on a galactic scale, which also had a beam rifle that purportedly had the output of a colony laser. It also makes for a really good washing machine.
And the main weapon.
And those were what I believe to be the 5 most powerful engines / reactors in all of Gundam. So let me know down below which one is your favorite. Personally, I really like the GN drives and their Transam system. Because of the added dramatic and tactical flair they add. When is the best time to use it, and what happens after
one is gone.
You can't just activate it willy-nilly and just wing it.
This is finished.
Which is what makes it so cool in my opinion.
Alright.
And what's also really useful is that you don't need any
What do we have
additional
left?
fuel. So, as always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great day, and I'll see you all next time.
Alright, and here we go. These ones still have parts in them. If you want to see. There you go.
Farmer Boys meals for $9.99.
All right,
Now
yep.
a quarter-pound big cheese, crispy chicken strips, or beer-battered fish with.
That looks good. All right. All right. Pretty much done. Now we can clean up. Whatever. Okay, I don't need that part. All right, let's go ahead and start putting all this stuff up. Anything else I need to worry about? Nope. It's all done. Let's start putting all this stuff away. Okay. Now, I do want to say this. Next month, I am choosing the bill, so there will be no voting on next month. I'm just going to let you know in the community tab what's the next bill is going to be. I will not. There will be no voting next month. Next month is my choice. So whatever I decide to build is what I decide to build. So I'm going to put that post up next month. For sure. So I'm just letting you know ahead of time. There will be no voting. The next Gundam that you get to vote on will be in June. That'll be your next chance to vote on the next build. But May, you will not. There will be no vote. It's my choice. So I will be choosing the next build in May. Alright. Cool. Alright. And now I got some more recording to do at a later time. Anyway, let's go ahead and put this all away. I'm going to put this up. And just because I screwed up, I'll show you the box real quick. See the entire thing. It's that side, that side, that side, that side, and there it is. All right. There you go. All right, now we're done. So let's go ahead and put this together. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. So here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the backpack together. Don't want on that side. Yeah. Guess it will be on this side. Okay. First we'll do the legs. Oh no, legs are backwards. Okay. Yep. All right. Hold on. We're not done yet. That's what I thought. The arm backwards. All right. There. Okay, here we go. Yep, that looks better. All right, first we're gonna do the legs. Then we're gonna do the arms. Then we want to do the torso. Ooh, stickers already coming off. This is why I hate stickers. They don't like to stick. I'm gonna put on the backpack. lastly comes the head. And there we go. And there we go. There it is, the Heavyarms. Boom. We are done. Woo. There you go. Alright, so we are done. Alright, you can say right here. That's fine. So yep. So that's it. That's it for the stream. I'm about to get up out of here. Right here, you can see, where's that? Right here. Make sure that's all my channel. Also, Vero, I just started posting on Vero. It is Vero. It's at Unknown Game Channel on Vero. I'm actually going to post my next picture today, so make sure to check that out. So yes, I am on Vero now too. And that will be updated pretty soon. So, like I said, this stream was out of nowhere. Sorry about the issues and the difficulties. I have problems on this stream. I still have to update the stream, so I'm not completely done. But yeah, it was fun. We got a backup plan. Hopefully, I didn't put any of my information out there. We'll see what happens. Oh, God. Either way, I hit the first one, so the second one should be fine. Either way, with that being said, I want to thank y'all for checking out this video. Definitely appreciate it. And yeah, before I head out, I'll go ahead and do a quick little promo video. Hopefully y'all will subscribe. Is this it? I think so. Let me see. Oh, that was supposed to be right there. Okay. Oh, okay. Hey. Oh, okay. Hey, hold on. Oh, hold on. Wait. I didn't realize I had it done. Boom. Look at that. That's a new follow. I didn't realize I had this done. Check it out. I didn't realize I had. So, yep. Okay. I didn't realize I got it done. I got it done. There you go. So, that needs to be updated. I didn't realize I had that done. Amazing. Yep. There we go. So make sure there's all my links. You see Vero's now on there. I did the update. I didn't realize I did it. That is amazing. I didn't realize I did it. I did it. Wow. Well, there you go. That's a new one that I need to update. And now let me go ahead and do this last promo. Question for y'all. Do you like my Gundam shorts? Because honestly, I love making them. But there's a problem. If you're looking on screen right there, that is my display case. And that little area is all the room I have left to store my Gundam kits. So, once that space gets filled, I will no longer be able to do any more Gundam shorts. But there is a way to save them, and you have that power. And it's very simple. All you gotta do is go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Help me save Gundam shorts on this channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, help grow this channel, and help us build one of the strongest communities on the internet today. And if you own Gundam Breaker 4 and you want a chance to be featured on this channel, why don't you go ahead and submit your build using the link down below for a chance to get your build featured in a future video on this channel. And there you go. All right, that's it. That's all I have left for y'all. I want to thank y'all for checking out this channel. I'm going to get up out of here. I got things I got to do. I didn't realize I had this much time, so it's cool. Again, expect another Gundam short. I want to say the next one's coming out this week, but remember to subscribe because once they're gone, they're gone. So make sure to subscribe. Oh, that's my mistake. I was like, what the heck going on here? Quick! Oh, yeah. So, yeah. So, there you go. remember, make sure to follow. That's it. We finished up Heavyarms. Again, make sure to check out the shorts. They're going to come soon. And yeah, there's not much else I got to say except thank y'all. Definitely appreciate it. Shout out to Damien. Shout out to Blossom Knight. Shout out to Crocky. Thank y'all for coming to the stream and being a part of it. Definitely appreciate it. You know, and make sure to submit your builds. You saw the promo. Make sure to submit those because, like, again, this month I'm about to do another one. I'm about to do another one of your builds about to feature on this channel. So make sure to submit it. And yeah, this is the time. So, but beyond that, I ain't got much else to say except thank y'all. Love doing these live builds. Definitely fun. Definitely want to expand on content. Got to figure that out. But yeah, and also just know that pretty soon here, I'm not going to stop doing Gundam content, but I am going to start adding more to my channel. So, but beyond that, I want to thank y'all, appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all hopefully in the next week or a couple of weeks with the live stream, but definitely next month with another Gundam live build. All right, y'all have a good one.